Looks like we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is a real sudden, completely impromptu live I decided to do. Never announced it, nothing. It's just live. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. I'm sure a few people are going to pop up. So let's take a look. In the meantime, I am, well, as far as the topic of conversation is concerned, I'm going to do a couple of things. One of them is first and foremost, today is a full moon, correct? Today is the 13th of July, right? Yep. Today is the 13th of July, and we have a full moon. How cool is that? So I'm just going to wait for some folks to check in, and if not, we'll just get on with it. Right? Let's see. So it's a pretty, I'm just trying to look up something today. So I think today the full moon is in Capricorn, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see. Alia Ali, hi. Yeah, Alia, I know you got a whole bunch of people here. Nipsey Hussle killer Eric Holder got life sentence. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't even know that. But hang on. Whoa. So Alia, good to see you. You're here. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to be very, very happy. So let me do a little bit of math really quick over here. 7, 8, 9, 1. Hang on, Alia. O-N. Okay, so yeah, it is so impromptu. So Kathleen Cheney, hello Kathleen, good to see you. Good to see you here. 1, 3, 6, 2, 2, 7, 5. Two, 0. Okay, so Sherilyn Schaffner, Alia Ali, Kathleen Cheney. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just felt like something was. Oh my God. Anyway, I know people are going to be like, what is she doing? Sticking her hand down her blouse. I just thought there was something there. So, anywho. Besides my boobies. If anyone gets offended by that, I'm not bothered. 20, 30, 40, 48, 8. Okay. 10, 15, 21, 21 plus 6, 27. Then 10, 20, 29, 34, 3 plus 4, 7. Okay, so 10, 20, 26, 27, that's 9. So 9 twos are 18 plus 10 is 28. So we have 10 there. Oh, she was born on, hang on y'all, I'll tell you what we're talking about. We'll December 25th is Capricorn. right? So that is 7, 7, 10, 20, 26, 27. Let me do that again. So 7 plus 12 is 7 plus 12 is 19, right? 9 plus 1 is 10, 20, 26, 27. Yep, okay. So 10, 14, that is 5. 10, 20, 25, 29, 20, wait, 10, 20, 25, 29, 9, 10, 11, that is 2, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20 plus 12 is 32, 39, 40, 41, that is 5, so 10, 11, 12, 12, 3, okay, alright, everybody. So as usual, I am so happy to see all of you over here. Oh my God, what a pleasure, what a pleasure. Let me just send a message. Okay. So his date born in 1976. Okay, never mind. All right. So let's do this. Let me start off. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is very, very, very impromptu. Literally at 6:52 or 6:53, I said, let's do it. Barely had time to figure out what I want to do. Reading. I figured, let's just go with the flow. That's why I said current affairs and left it. So one more time, Alia Ali, hello. Kathleen Cheney, hello. Then Sherilyn Schaffner, hello. TD, hello. Then and I just Gypsy Girl, of course, hello. So yeah, TD, I haven't seen you. Welcome, welcome. To those of you who are just watching and haven't yet subscribed, I don't know. I think no, yeah, anybody can watch. I haven't set it for subscribers. So hopefully you join us. So here's what we're going to do. Just a couple of things. I don't even know what to propose. So there's this whole drama going on about Ghillaine Maxwell and how she got 20 years or whatever. And I think I had mentioned it sometime. I said, that was most definitely a bargaining tool in the sense that I'm going to give up a lot of information about a lot of other people, for a sentence that's far, far lesser. Of course, there's a lot that goes on that is not put out in the public because of how many so-called famous and influential people are involved in that big scam, right? So I do believe that she might have given up a lot of information and they had really done a very good negotiation to get at that sentence. I don't think she's going to even serve those 20 years, I am pretty sure if not, go back and appeal the sentence or whatever. I don't know if they've done it or it's too late. But I'm sure after a brief period of time, they're going to say, oh, she's ill, or she's this, or she's that. Or they even might try to get her out because of good behavior. And good behavior, let's do a wink, wink, right? So as in, don't know who she's going to be bribing and, how much money, and get them off as good behavior. Get her out of there as good behavior. So a lot of that is very, very possible. Crystal Pink, hey, hello. Barbara Rosen. Barbara, I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. So let's start off with her, okay? If anybody's joining us later, you're very welcome to join. So like I say, whenever I do the first readings for them, I kind of do their astrology and all, but I kind of don't keep those papers. I throw it away. First and foremost, let's back up a little. Today it's a full moon in Capricorn, right? So let's take a quick look here at the full moon in Capricorn. So let me do an impromptu little thing. Let me start off with a little bit of astrology for you folks, okay? just so we get started. So as I say many a time, full moons are all about completions and an ending of a particular cycle, right? It's completions. So for Aries, if you are an Aries, right? Okay, let's just go with Western astrology. Aries sun sign, Capricorn is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th house. So if you have a full moon, completion of a cycle, ending of a cycle, so that's something you can begin. So the 10th house is career, reputation, morals, and life goals, right? 10th house is work, profession, even. And for Taurus, it is Capricorn is going to be your 9th house, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9th house talks about father, distant travel, higher education, intellect, luck, religion, etc. Now it's also, the 9th house is also all about gaining knowledge, right? Travel, of course. It's gaining knowledge, it's interest in pursuits of esoteric knowledge, psychology, astrology and spirituality and all that stuff, right? So when for you have Taurus, Capricorn is in your 9th house. Let's talk about a full moon over there. What does the full moon mean? Completions of a cycle, or maybe something is coming to an end, or there is a realization of something, or a better understanding of a particular situation or person or individual or whatever, or your own feelings, opinions with regards to the 9th house aspects, okay? And for Gemini, Capricorn is your 8th house. 8th house talks about will, secrets, occult, death, regeneration, long-term finances, longevity, age of relationship, age, period, time period, okay? So there you go, that's for you. And remember, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so this full moon could signify some sort of a restrictive kind of a energy that has come around full circle, okay? Now again for Taurus, when I said your Capricorn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9th house, when we talk about father, keep in mind it could also mean somebody who you would consider as a father figure, all right? If it isn't the mother, then it could be considered as a mother figure, depending on for whom that's going. 4th house, it lands up as 4th house. I think it's going to be Libra. Anyhow, and for Gemini, Capricorn is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. I said that. Cancer, it's going to be the 7th house. Capricorn is your 7th house. So 7th house talks about friends, marriage, partners, contracts, relationships, husband, wives, friends, partners, contracts, relationships. So something could be coming to a conclusion, fulfillment, fruition, depending on how the planets are in your chart. When we talk about ending doesn't necessarily mean a bad ending or a negative ending. Could also mean something coming to fruition, like it's a completion of a cycle, right? So and for Leo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6th house. Capricorn is the 6th house, right? So for Leos, the 6th house talks about your work, health, discipline, and habits, enemies, diseases, illnesses, etc. So maybe for y'all, you might come to find out that you've completed some sort of a treatment, if it is a health related thing, or some of you might have even finished a contract if you were contractually employed, or for some of you, you might have finished a tenure in a particular company, and maybe you've decided, you know what, I'm done, I've retired, I've quit this company, so that you can move on to something else. So you will know what these completions are. When we talk about completions and endings, one more time, it's not negative, not necessarily negative. So then we have Virgo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Capricorn is your 5th house, and 5th house talks about love affairs, speculation, kids, education, that sort of a thing. Speculation could mean anything. Maybe you had speculated on something, and depending on where the other planets were in your chart, maybe that has come to a full circle and this is to a fruition. Or maybe you're finally decided, I'm not going to speculate about something, I'm actually going to take the plunge, and then around the new moon you actually take the plunge, right? And then we have Scorpio, 1, 2, 3. Capricorn is your 3rd house. Now the 3rd house talks about immediate environment, siblings, adventures. It talks about communication, short trips. So maybe a short journey or a trip has completed a short cycle of something, right? When we talk about a short trip, we could also think about, trip as in travel, physical travel, but it could also mean like you have completed a short course, although it's not necessarily education, but it could mean completion of a short course or something that you had to, training, that maybe you had to travel 20 miles or 30 miles for the past 6 weeks to complete a training. so completions, communications, or maybe you've completed a short journey, a short tenure at something, or maybe you had a 90-day contract at some company, depending, again, maybe immediate environment could also mean your home. Maybe you had a lease on your property and now that has come to an end, right? So you will know how this pertains to. I'm just throwing out all the variables of possibilities. For Sagittarian, the full moon in Capricorn is your second house. Second house talks about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, money, job, family, that sort of a thing. So there is again a completion of a particular cycle. Maybe Sagittarians, you had taken a step back and you had said, you know what, I'm not too sure about this particular trajectory as far as my career is concerned, or maybe as far as my possessions are concerned, I've decided that this particular thing is not going to work for me, or maybe something that you were hankering after in terms of possessions, in terms of property, money, job, etc., and you've been trying to get at it, it's coming to you, it's coming to fruition. Or on the other hand, maybe it has come to an end and you've decided, I'm going to move on to something else. So you will know, okay? Capricorn, it is your first house. So when you have a full moon in your first house talks about, it's a Lagna ascendant house, and it's your physical body, it's how you present yourself, how you represent yourself, how people perceive you to be, right? So when you talk about a full moon, maybe you have had some major changes as far as your physical persona is concerned, even, right? The way you present yourself, the way you like people to look at you, that sort of a thing. Maybe you've had an overhaul of your health, overall of maybe, you finished a 12-week course in I'm just saying 12 weeks. You finished a course on a 3-month whatever and dedicating it to a particular fitness regime or something like that, and now it's a new you're presenting yourself to somebody new. So you've gone through this whole changes, it's all come to an end, and now you're going to go into the first house, and full moon is your first house, so it's all about that, right? And maybe now you realize that the full moon in the first house, that maybe what your current status is, because you've already gone through all this process of changing and you've come here, your current status or the way you present yourself or how you want people to perceive you, you finally zeroed in on that and you're saying, I'm happy with this image that I want people, So whatever changes had been going on has come to a conclusion. Aquarius, for you, Capricorn is your 12th house. Now, 12th house talks about karma, hidden supports, institutions. It talks about expenses. It talks about foreign relationships, foreign contracts, anything foreign to you, people, contracts, relationships, etc. So when we talk about full moons over there, think about it, completions. You figure out what that means for you. Maybe your association, your partnerships, your interactions with somebody who's foreign to you, could also mean somebody of a different ethnicity, from a different country, city, state, somebody who's unlike you. Maybe that thing has come to an end. Or for some of you, if you all have been dating somebody or been in a relationship with somebody who's not of your own ethnicity or nationality or whatever, maybe that has come around full circle. In a way, it could have ended. For some of you, maybe you're moving on from that particular status of your relationship into another level, right? Stepping it up. Or in other words, it could just be like, okay, we're done. So then we have Pisces. For you, Capricorn is your 11th house. 11th house talks about like-minded people, groups and friends. 11th house talks about all things that are beneficial to you. Now for you, Pisces, I do believe there could be some relationships with regards of like-minded people, groups and friends that you associate yourself with, you socialize with, that has kind of come to an end. There is a possibility that for some of you, this could also be a physical ending of a relationship, as in somebody could have even passed. Now, I would say the same even for Aquarius, okay? So just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's move on. And I am hot and I didn't even get a glass of water. Whew, okay. So we have a lot more people join us. Karine C. Hey, Karine. Roma, Marisol. New people. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. All right, now let's get on with it. Is Afrohuman here? Yeah, she is. Hey, girl. Hey, good to see you. So let's talk about Ghillaine Marion Maxwell. Okay, Marion Maxwell. So for her, as I said, her date of birth is December 25th, 1961. Now, she's a Capricorn sun. Now, think about it, y'all. She is a Capricorn sun, and we have a full moon in Capricorn today. Okay, so it's all about the self. So there is some sort of a completion for her, and we also have the 10th house and 9th house active for her. So the first house, 9th and 10th. First house is how you present yourself, Ninth house, distant travel, higher education, intellect, okay, luck, religion, and 10th house, career, reputation, morals, and life goals. This is a pretty intense time for Ghillaine Maxwell. I would be a little bit concerned for her health and her mental whatever, and her how she perceives herself and how she thinks about her. Of course, her reputation is completely shattered, right? But then, having said that, when we have the ninth house here, it talks about luck too, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if she's turned back. I don't know how religious she is. I don't know what denomination she belongs to. I wouldn't be surprised if she's turned around and said, you know what, I want to start going to church or start practicing my religion or anything like that. Now, I'll tell you one more thing, right? With her, I do believe she is going to be moving, okay, in terms of moving physically from her current location to wherever. I wouldn't be surprised if she is going to be reaching out to, ninth house is also father. I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to reach out to all the contacts and relationships her father had. Of course, we know her father has passed. Like, reach out to all her other connections, trying to help her get out of this current situation. She knows she has to serve time. They have said it is 20 years. But let me tell you, from the moment the sentence was handed over, they knew very well that they were going to start working on trying to reduce the sentence or something, on some pretext or something, try to get her out of there for time served, or good behavior, or they'll have a parole hearing. She's no more a threat to society. We are going to get her out of the United States. She's never going to be allowed to come back into the United States, because she's a British citizen, isn't she? So on some pretext or the other, some legal loophole, they're going to try to get her out. Now, one thing I also found out was that she is married to somebody called Scott Gerald Borgenson. I didn't even know about that, y'all. It's on her Wikipedia. It says to do spouse, it says Scott Borgenson, married in 2016, but there's no divorce date. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So I just know that she's married in 2016. And for him, we have the third house, okay, third house and 12th house. So third house talks about communication, right? Immediate environment and short trips. Third house also talks about siblings and adventures, of course. And 12th house, karma, hidden supports and institutions. So I'm going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Scott Borgenson is going to be integral. Of course, she's his spouse, so I'm sure he's going to do everything he possibly can to get her out or help her. But this is a relationship that is very convenient. It's a matter of convenience. If this is true, if what they're saying on Wikipedia is true. I don't even know how old this dude is. If any of y'all know, how old Marisol says, is she an actress? No, Marisol. Ghillaine Maxwell is Jeffrey Epstein's cohort. Remember? They were all in that whatever. Alright, let's take a quick look-see at Ghillaine Maxwell. Okay? Just get a current energy. This is a very important time for her, this full moon. And remember, I said it's about your first house, right? What did I say? First house is how you present yourself. It's you, your physique, your mind, your body, your spirit, how you want people to look at you. So whatever that has been going on now, it has all come into the open. It is all accumulated, built up, and then finally a big eruption and a conclusion. So now she's gone through that whole cycle of all that drama with the court cases, and now who she is, the way people perceive her is what her image is always going to be, right? So that she is guilty. Like maybe in the past they must have said, speculation, but people now know for a fact, officially, that she is guilty. I mean, we all knew that, but do you get what I'm saying? Okay. We have air, Aries, and we have water. So we have air, fire, and water. Now, there's a lot. 7th house. 7 does talk about friends, marriage, partners, contracts, and relationships. There is a lot of conversation going on with regards to, again, like I said, even before I pulled these cards, reaching out into the little black book that she has, trying to reach out to people from wherever she can to help her, okay? Reaching out. 7th house, again, friends, marriage, partners, contracts, and relationship. Marriage is also coming up pretty strongly. She's going to try and do her very best to reach out to people who she was either friends with or had some sort of a contract or arrangement with, and she's known for a while to come to her rescue. And then you have Mars. Now remember, she's a Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Here we have Mars. Mars is, of course, rules Aries. So there's a lot of, I want to say almost like frustrated anger, or anger because of frustration, because it's like she's going to go, she's not that she hasn't, but now that the verdicts all come out and she's made her deals, she feels like she's in a better place to really go after the people who she thought were her friends and her buddies, to ask them for help. Like she's focusing on that. This woman is definitely going to be able to get out. I don't think she's going to serve 20 years. I don't think she's even going to be in the United States for much longer. Then we have 6, which is water, emotions, the 6th house, work, health, discipline, and habits. 6th house also talks about enemies and diseases. Now, this is a bit tricky, because I wouldn't be surprised if she is struggling with some sort of, I wouldn't call it diseases, but health issues, okay? Because let's face it, you know, whether you're a criminal or not, as a human being, at some point in time with all the stress, of course, in her case, she created all that stress for herself, that stress catches up and it starts breaking down your mind, and it breaks down your body too. So I wouldn't be surprised if she does have some sort of a drama, some sort of issue going on with regards to health. She's also going to be going at things in a very disciplinary, going at things in a very determined particular way, to start weeding out those who she construes to be her enemies. People at this time, during this case, she has come to realize who her friends are and who are not. So she is really going to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if she starts working towards kind of balancing the scales with those who she considers her enemies. Carrie Lee London, hello Carrie. Oh, absolutely, Roma, absolutely. She was definitely trying to protect. Hey Tammy, definitely trying to protect people who, you know, were her friends. I mean, let me tell you, and even then with the negotiations, I pretty much guarantee that she has said, I'm going to give up these names, give more information about these friends, as long as you promise me they get a reduced sentence, or they get a slap on their wrist and they are kind of, you know, they let go. I'm sure a lot of that has happened. Yeah, let me tell you. It is so hot here in Texas. The next week or so, all week today and all of next week until next Friday, we are going to be 105, 106, 104 highs. And the lows, and I'm like just tired. Let me see. I got something. No worries. No worries. It's okay. Let me see. Sorry about that. Where's my temperature? Where's the weather? So the highs are going to be 104, 105, 106. And it says the lows are 79. Let me assure you, it doesn't feel like 79 at any time. Seriously, maybe like for 2 minutes in the middle of the night, basically. So anyway, I'm sure Cornish has already named names, you know. I mean, she's very smart. I mean, at the end of the day, what is it? Self-preservation. What is it that she needs to do to reduce her sentence? She's anyway down the SHIT hole. So it's like, okay, how far deep am I, and how, you know, it's like different levels, like one of those games, right? Like if you don't give us a correct answer, boom, you go down one step lower. So it's like, how far deep am I in this septic tank, and what do I need to give up to kind of get back up top? So, you know, what is that? Those cars just flew. Oh, there's so many people, so many people. As we speak, there's so many people. The Chariot. Am I surprised? Not at all. Oh my God, what did I say, y'all? Oh my God. Ah, jeez. This woman. So, I just wanted to say, remember yesterday, was it? Yesterday or day before, when I did that impromptu live stream and I had so many technical issues? Where at no point did we have Spectrum, at no point did Spectrum say that, oh, connection is a bit iffy. They never said it. But today, I get messages from Spectrum saying that Spectrum service alert, there is a service outage, restoral estimated by 7 p.m. I got that at 5:06. And then at 7:28 p.m. it says, Spectrum service alert, service has been restored. So it's funny that I don't see an interruption now, but they're sending me this message, whereas on Monday when I had all that drama, there was nothing from Spectrum. So I wonder if it is, let's not say it. So here we have the Tower card, and then we have the Chariot card, and then we have the Fool card, right? Now let's look at it. What is the Tower card? The Tower is Mars. It's unexpected change. It is destruction. It is being impulsive, impulsive, unexpected change. The Tower card does talk about ending of a cycle or a relationship, a structure, whatever. Right, so definitely things are coming to an end. And then you have the Chariot card. Now, as we know, the Chariot card is a Cancer card. It does talk about success through protection, okay, and emotions, right? Emotionally protecting yourself and finding the balance between the emotional and the physical, the intellectual and the emotional, like trying to find the balance and get together all that. It's almost like regrouping of energies, right? And so look at it. She's got the Tower card. So basically, she's way too deep in the septic tank, and now she's going to do her very best to balance everything that she's got, balance all the energy, all the people around her, to try to bring the energies together so that she can do whatever she needs to, okay, so that she can wipe the slate clean and go off on a new adventure, change and new beginnings, right? It does talk about willingness to go forward, change, new beginnings, right? Talk about Uranus. What is Uranus? Uranus is sudden changes and shocks. Now, one more thing I will say, I won't be surprised, y'all, if she really tries to do some drama like, oh, I'm going to hang myself, or I'm going to slit my wrist, or something like that, and then they'll be like, oh my God, let's get her into a psychiatric unit or something. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually pulls a stunt like that. I really wouldn't be surprised. She's a nut job. She needs, I don't even know. Debbie Bagley, hey girl. Looks like y'all are enjoying this this unexpected, unplanned, impromptu lives, right? Oh yeah, people are going to be like, how much did you say, how much did you tell them about me? Oh, I said this and this. Oh yeah, I spoke to my attorney. He says, yeah, we can manage that, Bob, we can manage that, Tom. I mean, I don't know any Bob or Tom, I'm just using, we can manage that, John Doe. I suppose that's right. Oh, don't worry about it, John Doe. I've already checked my connections with the justice system. Oh, you're going to have a little bit of a, little bit of a scandal, but I've already got my people working. They're going to try to, reduce the impact or the explosion of all this in the media. We'll do our best to mitigate it. Don't worry about it. Except that, Bob, Tom, John Doe, it's going to cost you this much, and John Doe is going to be, no worries, man. Here, I'll cut you a check. That's how these AHOLES people do things, right? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, surprises are fun, right? At least as far as lives are concerned. So we all know how that is going, because money is power, y'all. So they know how to go about doing it. And it's not just, the people. What did I say from the very beginning? I said this doofus, what's the fella's name? Andy, he was going to get away with it all, right? And they're going to settle out of court. I think I'd said that in one of my videos. Somebody let me, hey Courtney, And pretty much that's what happened. Settled for an undisclosed amount. So it's not just Randy Andy, and it's not just this movie star and that businessman and this fellow's name rhymes with my compound gate and all that stuff. You know what I mean by that? So and there are a lot more people who are involved. Politicians, to everywhere. Top business people. Different countries, different states. Yeah, there are a lot of people involved. You don't get to fly that high without having, some sort of a security or insurance. And also, the reason you'll have that sort of an insurance and security is because you're playing with the big boys. If you want to play with the wolves, you better know how to run like the wolves and, and howl like the wolves too. So I'm sure, right, that they are prepared. But she's going to be fine. They're going to move her out and psych something or the other. Okay. So this is 5, the Hierophant, which talks about organizations of power, like for example, yes, the church, yes, the justice system, yes, the government, yes, politics, institutions, etc. Right? And as we know, the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, and at its best, mercy and compassion. But what did I say? Look at the card. I would not be surprised if they will take her away, saying that, oh, she threatened to commit suicide, or oh, she's got this disease or that disease or psychiatric thing and we need to move her somewhere else. That's basically what is going to happen. And the justice system is basically going to say, listen, and remember, I also had said that she's going to reach out to her religion, whatever her denomination is, all of a sudden. Look at this card. Hey Debbie, I agree too. Thank you, Sherilyn. Yeah, don't be surprised if she goes the same way her buddy went. Same way, if he is genuinely gone, that is. This card came out, 4 of Cups. Dissatisfied, unhappy with what is going on, okay, not too satisfied. It is a bargaining tool, right? Remember, I said Aries, she's going to go after people she knows or who she thinks as friends who didn't let her down. She's going to try to manage and garner all the influence and energy and support she has, right? And she's like seriously thinking and plotting and planning. There may be some people stepping forward to her and saying, hey, I hope you didn't say anything about me. Well, she's going to play them. She'll be like, no, I didn't. And okay, let me buy you this as a gift or that as a gift. Or, maybe you can go stay in my that house or this house or whatever when you get out. Or by the way, we know which institution you're going to go to. Oh, I know so-and-so in the government. So maybe I'll have them admit you to this particular location or whatever. So that, I know the doctors and I know the nurses, all kinds of stuff. But then here's another thing. This is a bargaining thing too. Or it's not so much bargaining as like trying to appease her. There are people who are going to try their very best to appease her, and she's not buying into it that easily. She'll be like, yeah, okay, just leave it there kind of thing, right? It's like, I'm mad at you. I'm not going to just blindly say, I don't want this, get away from him, because I never know. I'm smart enough to know I might need it at some time. But I'm not going to give you the kudos, and I'm not going to give you a hug and a kiss right now. I'm just going to, yeah, whatever, just leave it. I don't have time for this type of thing now. So, I know, Roma, I don't, yeah. I know, remember, that's been a while, girl. You've been gone for a while, Roma. I'm glad you're back. And then we have the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands does talk about protecting herself, right? So she is, and remember, that's right after the emotional card, right? And that's right after the Fool card, right? Change, new beginnings, right? Wanting to wipe the slate clean and go forward, right? It's like, let's eradicate all of this and let's move forward. But then again, keep in mind, a full moon in her first house, Capricorn, right? and she's a Capricorn. So there is most certainly a lot of defense, a lot of protection. She is going to be protected. She felt that she has had to defend herself. Will she feel like she needs to defend herself further from all these people who really in a blink of an eye can really snuff her out? Let me tell you, she has insurance, but there are a lot more people who her insurance or not can make things happen, right? So she definitely feels like she's not out of the fire as yet. She is definitely going to have to continue to be cognizant of her environment, the people, the players, and be smart about it. 20 is judgment. Judgment is Pluto. It's there is a great effort being put in to rebuild and to change and even to grow, if you will, and to release. So I would say a lot of effort is being put in to release, right? Pluto is forgive and forget. Pluto is also change and regrowth, and putting in a lot of effort to rebuild and to release and to move on from here. So there's a lot of people who are working behind the scenes for her. And trying to keep her from all those other, from those. So if you look at this, I'm saying there are people who know that her life is at risk, and they're trying their very best to protect her and keep her away from those goals. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles does talk about friendship, contributions. It talks about teamwork. It talks about craftsmanship. It most certainly is finances. But this also, I do feel it's almost like, look here. If my battery runs out, I'm going to have to change it, okay? I'm just saying. So if she says, yeah, just keep it over there, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied with what you're giving me, I'm just going to say, yeah, whatever. And then it's like, I'm still going to hold somebody accountable for this. So she's really not out of the woods. She will do her very best to shift the onus onto somebody else. But I do believe that she's not going to get away with this, y'all. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a lot of very, very powerful. Even in her home country or a country of birth, the two individuals that you saw are, you know who. I think she knows them. I'm not going to mention their names, but people who are next in line. But even they are going to be like, no, I'm sorry, we can't help you, because that's the highest level of help she can get from her country of birth. And they're going to be like, I'm sorry, we can't get you. You've gone too far, we can't get you. So, and then you have the Ace of Wands. This talks about inspiration to create something new so that she can get out of it. She is not done. She's up to her same tricks and her bullshit. She's going to try her level best to create something new, because remember, this Seven of Wands is all about protecting yourself, self-defense, protecting yourself, right? And here it is literally, she's going to ignite a new drama. She's going to start something new, and that is to bring something else to the forefront, to basically light a fire under somebody's butt. And literally to start this fire, so people are going to be like, oh my God, we didn't know that this. And she's not going to do it herself. She's going to get her minions to do it. Oh, she is very smart. She has most certainly held on to a lot of information. These kind of people are very, very well organized, y'all. It's not like the police are just going to land up at a door in the middle of the night and she didn't even know. I mean, they have so much of influence. They have so many contacts. Even before the cops came looking for her, I'm sure she knew that, hey, I think they're going to make the move on this day, and hey, take out this information, hide out. Come on. Yeah. The police may say that we've been watching her and finally we got her. Surprise, surprise, we didn't even know. But I'm sure she knew it was coming. I'm sure somebody gave her a heads up, and I'm sure she's kind of put away the real information safely and securely, right? It's not like everything she gave to the courts and say, here you go, I'm bearing my soul, I'm giving you everything. I'm sure she's withheld a lot of information, right? Somebody else who is very, very big and very powerful, somebody who would be considered to be the guy, the person, the guy, you know. This is a very, very masculine, very, very powerful somebody. I do believe there is one more person who's going to fall because of her, and she's going to do her very best to try to reach out to that person, and I don't think that person is going to really help her, but I do believe she's basically going to light a fire, right? Set a match and just like it's like in you're going somewhere as much as it, and do not do this, people. Do not do this. I hate when people are smoking cigarettes when they're driving and they flick the cigarette out. How many wildfires have started because of that? It pisses the snot out of me. But she's going to do something like that. Just, you know, set a little something over there and it's going to catch somewhere and something. You know what I mean? She is responsible for her transgressions too. It's not that she's taking the fall for everybody else. No. She knew that going into it, so I don't. And then 8 of Wands, this is going to come about quickly, y'all. This is going to come about quickly. There's going to be some surprise stuff that's going to happen. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if whatever this is that's going to come about quickly, it's going to cause some. She's got to watch her back. Look at this card. Come on. Oh my God, seriously? Look at that. What are they wearing? Look at that. It's going to happen pretty, yeah. Well, she brought it on herself. I have no remorse. I have no empathy for her at all. Wow. Ace of Swords. Literally, new ideas, new conflicts, mental clarity, surgery, eliminating something. Absolutely. I will not be surprised based on the 5 of Swords and this. As much as she may have all the insurance that she thinks she needs, there are so many people who are way more powerful than her. So let's face it, it is what it is. So, so today we decided to, let me do this one, pull one more card before I get sidetracked and talk about things that are not relevant to tarot. Queen of my world, 24. No, y'all, I don't know if she's, but that's again a very strong energy, air energy. Triumph of lies. As much as she thinks that she's all over and out, I do believe that this person, let me show you the cards. You see these two people here, male and the female? This person and this person are going to be instrumental. This is not over for her. Her story is not over. They are still going to get away with it because of the sheer influence and the power and money they have. But for a brief period of time, she may feel like she's going to bring them down too. Right? Perchance to dream. She's not going to stop giving up. She's not going to stop giving up. She's not going to stop saying, okay, this is the end of the road for me. I need to stop with this bullcrap and just get on with my life. She's not. She's not going to give up. She's a constant work in progress. She's constantly going. Her wheels are constantly spinning. She's one witch, W-I-T-C-H, but with the different alphabet, different letter, if you know what I mean. Okay. Her life is in the line. I don't think she's going to have a natural death. I doubt it very much. She is very much walked in the head. But anywho, let's stop with her. I don't know much about her husband, Scott Gerald Borgenson. I don't even know if that's legit. And according to Wikipedia, it says that they got married in 2016. Isn't that when all this, after the first drama of Epstein? So I don't know what the heck is going on over there. Oh, she sold her soul to the devil way back when. Okay, let's move on. So another thing, I'm just going to move on, flit about to other things, okay? So let's do another one. I was going to tell you all something. So my wonderful Saint Bernard, he has been shedding, of course, summertime he sheds, and he's shedding like freaking crazy. So yesterday I went and got a different kind of a de-shedding shampoo and conditioner. And I told Mark, I said, I have to give him another bath, but we decided to give him a bath outside, and I was concerned. I had to wear all my, that UV protective thing and all that stuff, and of course, it was good. We still had a lot of shade, so it was fine. And I was feeling, Mark is like, yo, it looks like you're wearing a mask. I don't know if you all can see, anyhow. And he's like, it looks like this is getting darker and darker and darker. I said, yes, I feel the flare up. And the other day we went somewhere, I don't know where we went. It was for a brief 10 minutes, y'all. I couldn't do it. I just came home and like 10 minutes I was out, like 10 minutes. Like not walking in the sun, but just going from one store to another. We went to look for something, I don't even remember what, just a couple of days ago. Oh, it was yesterday. I'm sorry, yesterday or day before. And so, I think it was yesterday or day before. Anywho, and came back home and I was literally in tears. I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot be in the sun. And I just lay down for a few minutes with the fan on, and I couldn't cool down. Anyway, so today we decided to give him a bath with all that de-shedding fancy shampoo and conditioner and stuff. Oh my god, people, oh my god. I mean, the other shampoo is also the same thing, de-shedding stuff, but I don't know what it is with this brand. Clumps and clumps and clumps, unfreaking believable. And I don't have a high velocity dryer, because I don't. I use just my hair dryer, and that doesn't have that power, right? In spite of that, we are drying him with the towel. Then I use my hair dryer and then go over him with, try to remove the knots or whatever, because he's a curly coat Saint Bernard, right? And he's got such thick fur. So trying to untangle some of his knots, and it's not like he has mats, he doesn't. But what happens is, like, if he goes and sits on the grass and it's wet, his bum, the hair on his butt kind of gets all matted and clumpy because it's wet. And if he drinks a lot of water, he does, and then it drools. If I don't wipe him right away, it all gets all gunky over here, that sort of thing. It's really not mats per se. But, and his hair is so thick. And I'm brushing him. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I just couldn't do it. And he was also like, Mom, leave me alone. I was like, okay, done. So came inside, and he's just passed out for the day. He's like, done. But I don't know how many of y'all have dogs like Bernie, that have a lot of the 2 layers and 3 layers, or however many layers of fur they have. It's never ending, y'all. It's never ending. Every single nook and cranny of this house has got at least some of Bernie's hair, some of Tigger's hair. It's like, we just vacuumed, we just wiped it down. What happened? Where did this come from? I mean, I do complain because it's like never ending, and it hurts when you get a dang hair in your eyeball and your contact lenses and you can't freaking find it. The other day I was doing something and I felt like there was one hair and I couldn't get to it. So I'm looking at the magnifying mirror and I was squinting and all that and trying to get it, and finally I saw it, and then at a particular angle, so I took a fine hair. I took a pair of tweezers and slowly kind of drug it out. I could feel that dang hair like literally being drug over my eyeball, and it was so bad. I was so upset because it hurt like hell, but then you can't be angry with him, right? And he follows me everywhere, so he's just sitting there in my bath area and looking at me like basically grumble and mumble, and he's like, what's going on, Mom? I still love you, right? But, oh my God, people, oh my God. So anyway, Oh my God, the things we do for our critters, y'all. I'm telling you. It really hurts though when the hair gets in your eyeball. Anywho, his skin is really soft. I mean, his fur is really, really soft. Really soft. I've had people say, oh my God, can we pet your dog? Oh my God, his fur is so soft, like all the time. But it's a lot of maintenance. So he's kind of passed out. Tired today because he got a really intense bath. But anyway, let's move on. So another thing Courtney was talking about yesterday was with regards to that whole thing about, who was it, Courtney who said that? Something about New York. Yeah, Courtney, you sent me that email too, right? About New York, where they're putting out this video thingies. It's on TikTok, or not TikTok, YouTube or something, and it was on the news today. Mark called me and he said, did you know this? I said, yeah, one of my subscribers sent me an email about, how you need to take a shelter in case there is nuclear, this, that, and the other. Oh my God, what a bunch of nut jobs. Carrie Studio. Hey, Carrie Studio. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Carrie, why don't you type out what your theory is? And in the meantime, I'm going to do this reading for, Carrie Studios, let us know what your theory is as far as the Delphi thing is concerned. And in the meantime, Roma, the nuclear shelter bullcrap, the stuff that they're coming out with, it's just ridiculous. Like seriously, and they're saying, stay inside and watch the news. I mean, if you have a nuclear threat and it does go off, I mean, do you seriously think you're going to be able to watch the news? I mean, I don't know. Somebody tell me, I'm not a scientist. Oh, Crystal Pink, I am so sorry. She goes, her little puppy was put to sleep. Oh, that is so sad. It's really tough when our critters go, man, seriously. I am so sorry. It's very difficult. It's, they're like family. They are family members. I know, Crystal Pink, so sorry about that. But you gave her a good life, and I'm sure, right? Hold on to your thoughts, Carrie Studios. So let's actually, you know what? Let Carrie get that out of her. Then I'll do this thing. Carrie, so what do you mean? So Carrie Studio says her theory is 3 people were killed that day, not 2. So who's the other one, Carrie, according to you? Hey, Lucinda, good to see you. Oh, you're fine, girl. This was impromptu. So Carrie Studios, what is your theory? Who is the other person who you think was murdered? Hi, Connie. Yeah, it's like, what do you mean stay indoors? Like stay indoors for what? Okay, Carrie Studios is still... So my question to Carrie was, who is the other person who you think was killed that day? Because she says 3 people were killed that day, not 2. Okay. Anyhow, let's look at this nuclear shebang thingamajiggy these people are saying about New York. Aries, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of fireworks, right? Mercury, yeah, okay. And oh my God, y'all, okay, I should probably eat my own words right now. So we talk about Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. He's the god of war. He's all about being there and hey Pandora's box, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. It's all about taking action, going forward and saying let's charge first. Even if you just look at his card, look at all that energy, right? He's like let's just go whirlwind of energy, whirlwind of that. And Aries, he's all about taking action, instant action. And Mercury is having that it's all about having the flexibility and being able to change really quick. And Mercury is also poisonous, as we know, right? Mercury is an element that could kill. But Mercury also talks about duality, having the ability to quickly change tracks, go from one to the other and take quick action. So when you have Mercury giving Mars the ability to be more fluid, to be more not only do you have the power, you have the ability to maneuver and to make sudden changes on the go and be that flexible. That's a lot of energy and that's a lot of power, right? So it's not just like, okay, you throw something here and it's going to just fall here. The ripple effect, Mercury offers that ripple effect. Mercury enables a ripple effect. So it's not, so think about that. I wouldn't be surprised if that whole nuclear thing is true. And then you have Aquarius, right? Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn always tries to, people say that Saturn is destructive. Yeah, Saturn could be destructive, but then here you also have Uranus, which talks about sudden changes and shocks. So this whole thing is very sudden, and it is going to have a ripple effect, unexpected shocks. But let's move on, okay? Very, very weird. Very weird. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. I mean, are they hiding something that's about to happen and just trying to gently ease the public into, it's like the power of suggestion, right? And then when it really happens, people are not going to be so surprised. I'm wanting to say, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 3 cards. I'll take them. So we have the Death card, okay? We have the Fool, and we have the Judgment. Yes, these 3 cards came out when I did the reading for Ghillaine, but in a different order. No, the Death card didn't come, but you all saw me shuffle the cards, so please don't just say, oh, she's pulling out the same cards. Whatever. So the Death card, as we know, change and rebirth. It's a Scorpio card. It talks about Pluto. It talks about regeneration. Again, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, so a lot of changes are going to be coming about. A lot of changes are going to be coming about. And on the other hand, in this particular deck, 13 is considered to be the Devil card too, which talks about control, right? Behind the scenes control, manipulation. So yes, there is a lot of manipulation. There is going to be sudden changes. Think about it. You have Pluto and you have Mars. There are going to be restrictions, and then you have the Fool card, which is ruled by Uranus, which talks about change and new beginnings, and then you have the Judgment card, which is Pluto. I mean, what in the world? You have Mars, okay, you have Mercury, you have Pluto, right, and you have Uranus. It's like, what's going on? Something is fixing to happen that is going to come as a shock, as a surprise. It's going to be a new way of life. It's going to basically be the new norm. And basically people got to prepare themselves, right? Because we have the Judgment card, which is Pluto, change and the ability to release what doesn't work for you and to rebuild and to move on, right? Now, again, we have Pluto and Mars. We have Mars. We have Uranus and Saturn, and Uranus again, and then Mercury. Definitely something is fixing to happen that is going to be the new norm. Things are going to change. Yes, I am quite sure about that. So, Sharon says, do we need to be concerned about nuclear warfare on us? Absolutely, I would say so. I would say so. Look at all the brouhaha that's going on as far as China, the inroads they're making in the Indian Ocean and in the Pacific, Asia Pacific, that area. Look at all that's going on over there. Absolutely. Hang on one second, but I'm going to get, I don't know if I want to use this boy, but let's do. We should be concerned. We should be concerned. Did you see what's going on as far as the international currency is concerned? You see what the value is with the British pound sterling. That's dropping, and it's kind of. I was telling Mark a couple of months ago. I said, Mark, I feel like we're in a holding pattern. And he goes, what do you mean? About the elections, is it? I said, no. About the economy? I said, no. I said, then he goes, what do you mean? I said, I feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that shoe is going to drop. And then he goes, okay, what do you mean? Because we have these conversations, and I said I do believe that things are going to kind of come to an head as far as Russia and China is concerned. And you start looking at other economies have already started falling now. Granted, Sri Lanka was always very fragile. They've had a lot of drama, that country, right, as far as the economy is concerned. And they've had this complete collapse many a time in the past. But this time, the collapse that they've had, the economic, political collapse, socio-economic collapse, is pretty intense and pretty bad. How they're going to get out of that is a big, I don't know. But am I surprised? Not at all. Do I think that China and Russia have a stake, a hand in it? They're shareholders, if you will, for lack of a better term. I am absolutely, I won't be surprised. So, when you start looking at these microeconomies, of course, it's not a microeconomy these days, it's a macroeconomy. It's the whole world, right? We are one big economy. Each one is dependent on the other in one way, shape, or form, right? To whatever extent, to whatever degree. So if you start looking at the smaller countries in terms of their fiscal power that they have and their economic power, which is not as much as some of the developed countries in the world, and please don't come to my channel and say third world countries. I will boot you off my channel so fast it won't even be funny. Okay, and I'll tell you why. That's my pet peeve. It is no more third world country and first world country. If anybody talks like that, they are living in the Stone Ages. You have developed nations and developing nations. Okay, so that's one of my pet peeves. So anyhow, moving on. So I do believe there is going to be, and look at the whole. Of course, yeah. You want to talk about England, then sure. Johnson, he had it coming. So, but then it's like, how are things kind of consistently going? We're going to hear a lot more about these. We're going to hear a lot more about other countries and their economies and their political situations kind of crumbling. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something about Vietnam. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something about Thailand, Indonesia even. It's all going to start popping up now. You watch. And then the momentum is going to pick up. I do believe that things are not necessarily looking too very good. Now, as I say that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, and yes, there is a new order, there is a new change coming. What is this thing going on about Israel? Isn't that, somebody correct me, we have a troll here, everybody. Okay, so let's just do this. We have a troll here, right? And the troll's name is Tarot Destroyer. So let's just leave the troll alone. Let them just go on to show themselves up to be the stupid fool that he or she is. So let's just ignore that idiot. I'm not even going to bother erasing that comment. It's just entertainment for me. So we'll just let that idiot, whoever that idiot is, show himself or herself up to be the stupid idiot that he or she is. Yeah, bot or troll or whatever you want to call that fool. So anyway, let's move on. Just ignore that person or whoever. So moving on. Now we talk about Queen of Pentacles, right? So I was going to say, with regards to Israel even, isn't Israel, or is it Israel or Palestine? No, I think it's Israel, isn't it? Didn't they form a coalition government just recently? If I'm not mistaken. And why is that? After all these years, why are they doing that now, right? And even then, is it Israel? Somebody correct me, I'm a little lost. Is it Israel or is it one of those countries? It's not Palestine. Is it Palestine? Yeah, from the evil bot. Yeah, there is a little bit of an echo. Sorry, y'all. So, when you start looking at how the governance of certain countries are being affected and changing on a global level, right? I mean, you look at it all over the world, there's so much change that's going on. You had the brouhaha with Macron, then you had it with the Canadian Prime Minister, and then we have this constant drama going on with Doofus and Doofus over here in our land. And then, the drama with Boris Johnson, and then with Zelensky and this and that. It's like, and then even in Australia, right? We heard a lot about how they were being, not just now, maybe about 6-8 months ago, how they were being so particular about or even a year ago. I think about 6-8 months ago, about how they were managing the whole crisis with regards to the pandemic, and people were getting so upset, and the government, or was it one governor or one mayor or somebody or one senator or somebody, he ended up having so much of power where he could just pick up people and put them in jail and things like that. Go look it up. I won't get into the details of it. All this wave of this energy picking up and is propelling, it has to go somewhere. This energy has to either implode on itself or explode. Something has to happen. You cannot contain this kind of energy and the momentum that it has. You cannot just stop it. It is going to be a ripple effect in Northern Europe. All that drama with the farmers over there. In the United States, we experience that here. Then you have the farming situation and the farmers, the way they're treating them in the Europe, not Eastern Bloc, in Europe. I won't mention the country's name just for whatever. So if we are going to have to pay the price for our agriculture, right, if it's being destroyed. I mean, look at California. I mean, we've known it. It's been going on for years, the drought, etc. And then you look at other countries and how much can we import from them? What is it going to cost us? I know I'm going all over the map, but stay with me. At the end of it all, our politics and our economics are absolutely intertwined. We know that. It's common sense, right? And the decisions they make will have a ripple effect. It's not just right now, but the ripple effect is going to extend to other countries, other economies, other nations, other people, and also it's not going to just die down. So even if we vote for somebody else and they come into office, like boom, they can't just turn off the switch and have all that destruction stop. It's physically not possible, in my opinion. Yes, they may make some changes. Yes, they may try to mitigate some of it. But on the other hand, there will be a price that we're going to have to pay for something else, right? You can't have everything balanced all the time. You got to give some to, you got to lose some to win some type of thing. So even if we vote for another group or organization to come into power, will they be able to fix it all overnight and say, okay, we fixed it. There's no more debt. There's no more, gas prices are not what it is, and everything is going to come down. All of a sudden we have baby formula. How is that even possible? They can't do that. It is going to take time, but unfortunately the general public, the mass, is going to pay the price for it. So having said that, when you look at how interdependent some nations are on other nations for their economy and their self-preservation, if nation A itself is struggling so much, how are you going to provide for that other country, right? Then it becomes a question of self-preservation. At some point in time, they're going to have to say, look, dude, we can't take care of our own SHIT, you're on your own. Then who steps in? So I believe that's what, I know I'm all over the map, I'm sorry, just bear with me. I do believe that's what is going on with Sri Lanka. I don't think that collapsed overnight. It's not something that just happened a week ago, 10 days ago, a month ago. That has been building for a while. And finally it collapsed. And who are the ones who are capable of stepping in and saying, hey, we'll resolve all of this? Do you think the United States is going to go there and do that when we have all this brouhaha and drama going in here? Even if we could, I doubt if we will. So then who's going to step in there? I think I'm going to lose power. Hang on y'all, 1 second. I might lose my battery. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think it's okay because I'm not recording, so we'll be fine. If this goes blank, then I will have to change it. Okay. So, I do believe that now we're going to start seeing a lot of action. Okay, between you can really start seeing the effects that China and Russia are going to have on other economies. I don't think the United States is anymore in a position of power. It hasn't been for a long while. And it's not just something that happened yesterday and the day before. Let's face it. Let's be honest about that. This has been, it didn't just happen under the tenure of management of our current political party. This has been going on for a while. We just didn't know it, or we just swept it under the rug and started looking elsewhere. So, I don't know, maybe I went off on a tangent. So, yes, Courtney, I'm going to do that. Let me finish this thing. I'm going to answer your question, Courtney. Let me finish this thing with regards to this nuclear thingy. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So what the 9 of Pentacles is saying is, 9 of Pentacles, 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 9 of Pentac at the end of the day, right, it's about the Fool card, right? The Nine of Pentacles is saying that self-sufficiency is very much very much required now, right? Having the ability to maintain your own domestic, like your own home, being focused on your home, on your family, on your domestic stability, right, for individuals, families, and having the ability to be self-sufficient. In other words, you can only rely on yourself. There's nobody else that you can rely on, because nobody's going to come and bail you out with regards to this whole nuclear thingy that's going to go on. They are trying to prepare people to be less dependent on the government to bail themselves out, because the government knows that they won't be able to bail everybody out or come there and help everybody. They know that. So power of suggestion. Right now, you start planting the seeds and start kind of insinuating a certain mindset or a certain thought process. People, mass hysteria, mass psychology. They'll start going towards that. We're sheeple, right? And then we'll automatically start believing that to be the truth and the only truth. So then it becomes easier on the government to do other SHIT, right? And then we have King of Swords. What are the odds? We have the Queen of Pentacles and King of Swords on this side. So let's look at the King of Swords. The King of Swords talks about somebody who is an intellectual person, who's ruthless, who's very decisive, aggressive even, and who's not opposed to calling the shots and being very harsh, like very demanding. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is, I'm not going to mention names, but this is the leader of the other nation, the other fella. You know what his face's name is? Vlad. I wouldn't be surprised if he has something to do with it. And here you go, you have Saturn here as well. So, y'all, this is, something is cooking. This is a diversion, for sure. This is a diversion. Does that mean it is happening already or it is going to happen? I would basically be on the alert, right? At the end of the day, however much you prepare yourself, you can only prepare yourself so much, right? So, and then it's all up in the air. So, I do believe this is a diversion. Is it to create mass hysteria purposefully just for the heck of it? No, there is an ulterior motive. So that's what I say. And the very fact that they say, oh, you should be indoors and watch the news, and I'm sitting there going, you fool. If there is a nuclear threat and if it does blow up in our face, how the hell are we going to get news? So how are we going to even sit and watch news? Like, seriously, how is it possible? Somebody help me understand. Yes, Sherilyn, well said. Okay, one more card from this and we tie this up. And then we have the Fool card. This card pops up quite a bit. We have the Fool card here. Fool card, again, Uranus, change, new beginnings. There is most definitely a new order coming up, a new beginning. It is going to be the new norm. Okay, we are not going to experience and see life, live life the way we thought. It's not just a new year, a new political government, everything is new. No, this is going to be a new norm. This constant strife, this constant drama, this constant high energy, this constant conflict is the new norm. Okay? I'm going to stop, but they're saying pull one more card. I don't know why. Why do you want me to pull one more card? Page of Wands. This literally, to me, this new norm, okay, is going to come about pretty quick. And as much as they start hankering and talking about it and saying this is the only way to go, this is the only way to go, it's not going to be so easy for the mass to accept it, because there are going to be a lot of casualties. A lot of people are not going to accept it. They are not going to like it. A lot of people simply cannot accept it because of whatever limitations they are. And so then what happens? Those who are not capable and not willing, not capable, cannot, unwilling to change, they are going to be, I shouldn't say eliminated, but they are going to be in a minority, and since they are going to be a minority, the majority is not going to wait for them. They won't be held down. They won't let this weight drag them down. They'll begin to eliminate them. I'm not going to go down any further into that. I'm just going to leave it. And people will be like, what the hell is she talking about? But go figure, read between the lines. I'm not going to call out every single thing. So, just the price of food even has gone up, right? I mean, think about it. The price of food, like a gallon of milk has gone up, bread has gone up, everything, staples, basically staples. I'm not saying I want to sit here and eat steak all day, or, jumbo shrimps all day, just regular food. Everything has gone up. At what time, at what point are you going to have to dial it back and say, I simply cannot afford to buy 2 gallons of milk a week for my family. I have to start cutting it down, and I can only afford a gallon of milk a week, and I have to stretch it out. At some point in time, people are going to start thinking like that, because it's just physically and monetarily not possible to sustain yourself at that particular lifestyle, right? How many people, what percentage of the mass population can actually continue to sustain their lifestyle regardless of the fluctuations as far as market consumables are concerned? So Marisol is saying, she's saying diversion from what, Kirtana? Well, there are a lot of things that I will, your valid question, I'm not going to get into the details simply for my own sanity, my own protection. When I do my invite only, we talk about everything there, but not on this open forum. I'm sorry, I just don't want to risk any backlash or anything like that, because I have to take care of myself and my family and my security and stuff, because they're all kind of doing some reading for some case only, everything happens. It's like people come out of the woodworks aiming daggers at me, and I'm like, oh, whatever. So what's her name? That lady who said 3 people were actually killed that day in the Delphi murders, not 2. Carrie Studio. I asked her to explain, and she just vanished. So I don't know what the deal is. Sherilyn, I answered your question, so I'm sorry. I don't mean to give anybody anxiety, but we got to be cognizant about, aware of what's going on. Let's not blindly believe everything these dang politicians and these newscasters are telling us, right? I mean, crowd mentality, right? We just blindly believe it, because for the most part, a lot of us are just followers, right? How many of us stop to think about things, to analyze and say, well, if they're saying that, even what I am saying, right? You don't have to believe it. Have the independent thinking ability to say, okay, so what does she mean by this, right? So why is she saying this, or why is this person saying that? What other supporting information is there? Like, what is the proof? Like, does it have any legs to stand on? Even as far as whatever I'm saying, I mean, I'm very honest about it. I mean, people believe me, people don't. But have the ability, like I say, these are my observations and my opinions. You do your own due diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. The problem is a lot of us don't do that. And so we blindly take in and blindly eat up whatever is spouted out by the news media and spouted out by the politicians. They talk from both orifices, and it's not necessarily right. So the Guidestones, right? I don't know. I didn't read into the article, and I know Courtney sent me a video. No, she sent me on that nuclear power station about dark matter. But the Guidestones, I don't know. Let's take a look. So somebody says they're saying that they only want 500,000 people. Wait, so Carrie London says, I like a reading on the Guidestones. I think it's a beautiful thing they're gone. They want the population reduced to only 500,000 and built by a farmer. The advice was inhumane. Oh, I don't even know what was written on it, so I couldn't tell you. We'll just see what that is about. Oh, did my camera shut off? Oh no, oh no. Oh, hang on everybody. Hang on everybody. Hang on. Time to change battery on camera. Baby, what you doing? Maybe you should go for a walk with your dad, Bernie, because I'm going to be stuck in here. So let's see. Baby, why don't you go with your papa? No? I don't want to go for a walk just now, Papa. I don't want to stop this reading. Okay, so we did that. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Buddy, you want to go for a walk? Buddy, why don't you go with your pops, buddy? Hang on, everybody. Honey? Hello? Mom? Where you at? Can you take him out? Where we go? Your dad's going to take you for a walk. Just take his leash to follow you. Go. When you go? All right. Oh, we're back. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to change the power source on my camera over there, and I just asked Mark to take Bunny on his walk because I'm going to be here for a while. It's already 8:30. Okay, so I missed something, so let me see. Okay, so the truckers slow roll today in Cali and diesel shortages are going to help. Yeah, I'm telling you, a gallon of chocolate milk is $6. Girl, what are you talking about, chocolate milk? I'm like, just regular milk. Okay, the Guidestones, I haven't read about any of that. Show me what I need to see about the Guidestones. Aquarius, man, look at that. Sudden changes and shocks and restrictions, power, managing behind the scenes, water, playing on emotions, and Jupiter expansions. Oh, this has got a lot of ripple effect. Okay, so we have Aquarius, water, and Jupiter. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Water, as we know, is fluidity, it's emotions, it's the psyche, it's the human heart, etc. And then we have Jupiter, it's all about expansion. So Uranus is sudden changes and shocks. Saturn, restrictions, trying to restrict, trying to limit, trying to eliminate by controlling, and sudden changes, right? So it's bringing things, doing things suddenly, catching people off guard. Then we have water, which is the 6th house over here, and this talks about enemies and diseases. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going to pop up as far as waterborne diseases are also in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Or water shortage, well, we're already experiencing it, but waterborne diseases. And then we have Jupiter, talk about expansions. Jupiter, talk about the 9th house, right? It's all about intellect. It talks about expansions, traveling, exploring different horizons, wanting to know what's there and what's beyond, and reaching out, right? Reaching out for some sort of a comfort, reaching out for answers, reaching out for to console. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Are these people going for a walk or not? Hang on, y'all, 1 second. Why aren't they going? Are you not going? Mark. Oh. Sorry everybody, no, I think they left. Because it's not as hot now, so we take him early in the morning and late at night, so that it's not that hot and his paw pads won't get hurt. And it's 8:30. Any later than that, then he'll be like, "Mom, I'm feeling sleepy. I don't want to go now." So anyway, let's take a look at this and see what's going on. It's also playing on human emotions, right? It's like creating, hinting, insinuations, right? Bringing about things suddenly, and in having the change, first and foremost, is going to restrict, okay? The change is going to come about so suddenly, and it's going to be so expansive and so big that it cannot be restricted. Grasping it and understanding it is going to be difficult, and it's going to be so big that trying to contain it overnight is not going to be possible. So did they intend to bring down the population to only 500,000 people? How are they going to do it? By poisoning water? By limiting water? But then again, it's like the world population is what, 7-8 billion people? How are they going to do it? Are they talking about the world population, or are they talking about just where those stones were? I don't know. Yeah. 5 is the Hierophant. It's Taurus. Order and rules. Order and rules. Conform to regulations is order and rules. So it's creating conflict so that it's easier to manage and bring it together by order and rules. So creating conflict, creating a dilemma, so that then when they bring in order to control, people won't bucket the system, because they'll be like, this is the only way we can go about bringing in harmony and correcting the situation. Do you get what I'm saying? And 2, the High Priestess ruled by the moon. There's a lot that's hidden and a lot that is going to be hidden as well. There are a lot of behind the scenes things that are happening. And again, Aquarius, expecting support from an unforeseen source or from a hidden source, okay? And then, right, expecting help, wanting help, looking for help from an unexpected or a hidden source, and that help bringing about balance. Y'all, okay, call me cuckoo people. I know somebody's going to say, wait, whatever, Kirtana, how could you say stuff like that? You don't know what you're talking about. My observations, my opinions. Do your own research, form your own conclusions. Creating chaos for a purpose. Creating destruction for a very specific reason. Okay? So that then the rulers, the powers that can step forward and say, we have to put a stop to it, and the only way to put a stop to it is to take action, and step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay? And we can't do it anymore now because it's beyond our control. You people didn't listen to us. And that opens the doors to let in this help from another source to step in under the pretext of, we can help you, and basically kind of take over. I'm not going to go I shouldn't have done this. I think so. Then we have Ace of Cups. This is going to then provide this opportunity for us. Okay, and say, okay, here I am. Now I'm giving you this great opportunity. Okay, this great proposal. Emotionally also, everybody's kind of reached their saturation point. Okay, and now I'm offering you this cup. and let's all drink from it, okay, and calm down people. This card, ending of, I'll carry away the burdens, ending of the burdens, okay. Oh my God. And then walk away. Y'all, this is kind of freaky, y'all. Sherilyn, yes. This whole pandemic that they're saying it's the worst ever. See, think about this for a second. Yes, thank you. You said the spider to the fly. Yeah. So, what I'm saying is, it's easier. Okay, so if a person is completely cognizant of his or her abilities and totally in control, it's not that easy for another person to go in and create chaos in their life. And so you cannot overcome them. So how do you overcome them? When this person is in a state of weakness, is in a weakened state. Okay, so you cannot weaken this person or this entity. So what do? You create situations that by default, ripple effect, directly, indirectly, will somehow weaken this person's stability and weaken this individual's state of mind or whatever. And when this person is in this weakened state, it's easier for you to then step in, either as the one who's going to help you and bail you out of the shites you're in, or say, hey, you're in such dire straits, there's nothing else, nobody else here to help you, let me step in here and help you, and I'll bring you this. And so this person who's already in a weakened state says, oh shoot, there's no other option for me, there's nowhere else I can turn, so I don't have a choice, I will have to drink from this cup. I cannot say I'm not thirsty, I'm not going to drink because I need water for sustenance. I'm just using water as an example for sustenance, but as we know, water is a very, very key element for the survival of mankind or survival of all of these creatures in the world. So, but having said that, it's like I have to drink from this cup. I don't know what's in the cup. It could be overflowing, it could be spewing stuff that I shouldn't consume, but this is the only source I have, so whether I like it or not, I have to consume from it. So I'm going to consume, and then I'm going to feel like my burdens are all lifting, I'm going to be fine. But hey, hold on a second. No, it's just a temporary walking away from the situation. Hold on, y'all. Bernie's come back. I have to let him in, otherwise he'll be sitting there and moaning over there. Thanks, honey. Come on in, baby. Hang on, let me take off your collar. Oh, your daddy took off your collar. Okay, lay down, sweetie. Lay down. Did you go party? Good boy. Sorry, everybody. This is our thing, because with this dog of mine, he'll sit outside the door in the hallway, and then he'll be like purposefully breathing, and then he'll stretch and he'll try to open the door, and if I don't open the door, he actually knows how to open the door. He'll just open it and he'll come in. So I'm like, yes, sir. What you doing, baby? Okay. So, but this lifting of the burden and walking away from this dire situation is only temporary. Okay? It's only temporary. So, I think Roma is kind of a bit confused. She's all about the crows. I am using a particular deck where the theme is, oh my god, it's a crow tarot, Roma. So actually crows are not necessarily a bringer or somebody who brings the news of death. Crow is associated with Saturn, just so you know. I'm going off on another tangent now. And it talks about change, it talks about restriction that's coming, it talks about harsh reality coming, times for change, times where you don't have a choice but you have to change. In other words, be prepared. That's what a crow symbolizes. Crow is also associated, like I said, with Saturn. What is Saturn? Saturn is about restrictions, learning your lessons, hard lessons, knowing that going through, being able to walk through the fire, right? You come out on the other side and you know you've been through it all and you survived, and therefore now you can do whatever, right? You can accomplish anything. Another thing about crows is they are also kind of very, very, very smart animals, very smart creatures, right? Very intelligent. So it also signifies and talks about using your intelligence, using your own intelligence, using your own ability to analyze, to figure out that sort of a thing. Okay, hang on. I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I have to go back and look at Carrie's thing. So my moderator will text me if there's somebody asking particular questions and I don't look up, if she can't get my attention here, then she'll text me and say, hey, look at this. So I had asked about Carrie's studio whether she had answered the question, because she said 3 people were murdered, not just 2. And I said, who else? And she said, she answered, and I think she said a baby was murdered. So I don't know, I have to go back and look at it. But that's interesting. Anyhow, so getting on with this. So crows are very intelligent. So crows also talk about using your independent ability to analyze and think and filter through what reality is and what isn't reality, and filter through and have the ability to pick apart illusions to see the truth for what it is. Okay? Another thing about crows is they are symbolically scavengers, right? They clean up the muck, like our vultures, like our whatever. So symbolically, they could also signify, I'm here to clean up the mess. It's over and done with. I'm going to clean up the mess. So I can go into that in a different. Yeah. Did I show you here? I know Roma's kind of freaking out. Here, Roma, this is for you. It's very accurate, this deck, so absolutely, Carrie Lee, my pleasure. Like I said, we can make a tarot deck out of, just like I said, this one. Remember my spice deck, my favorite, which is very, very simple, nothing to it, and we can do this. And then we have, woo, hello baby, drop the whole, oh my god, I actually ruined it. Live and learn, right? And you know which card I got bent? The judgment card. What's the odds? I may use this. And then you have these cards, these decks. It's a beautiful deck, right? Very simple. So, it depends, right? And it's also not just going by the deck, it's intuitively reading. And then I have this deck, which is a very dark deck, but it's very, very true. This is like a oracle deck. But anyway, so this lifting of the burden is going to be very temporary, okay? I would say 2 economic cycles, 2 election cycles, that's 8 years. It's going to be literally walking away, like it's going to be lifting off the burden for, yes, Alfred Hitchcock, yes, and even the movie Birds, right? So it is 2 cycles, like literally walking away. I do believe our economy is going to SHIT if it hasn't already. And for 2 cycles, we're going to pay the price for a good 8 years. I truly hope I'm wrong, because I don't want to be affected by this bull crap. But y'all, the poo has hit the fan. The fan is spinning at a very low speed, but that is going to pick up. And so because it's spinning at a very low speed, you're not seeing all the poo in the ceiling. But once that fan goes full speed, then you're going to see if you know what I mean, right? The spice deck is awesome. But anyhow, this deck, I think I told you that day, right? I have two of these decks because I really do like it. But anyway, let's finish this. Courtney, I hope, oh really? I'm so glad. Courtney, I hope you're understanding, because this is to answer your question, right? And don't tell me the wheel. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, for a second I thought it was the Judgment card. So what the Wheel of Fortune is saying, that things are going to constantly keep changing. I will tell you, 8 to 10 years is a long time for an economy to go through BS. There are going to be political upheavals. There's going to be a lot of chaos on an international level as well as our own level. I don't want it to be woe be me, but in truth, in reality, we are already seeing substantial changes, regardless of what other government, what other political party comes into the foray, wins, whatever. I don't think they will have the ability to quickly change. It's not like you walk into the room and I'm going to turn off the light, as opposed to walking into the room and I'm going to switch off or change the bulbs. Let me turn this down. Yeah, sorry y'all, because this light is too much for me. I'll just show you, and it's been getting to me. Yeah, now you can see all my mess. See, I have this ring light, can you even see? Yeah, this ring light, this big ring light. And I have to, even though I can adjust the color, yellow light, white light, whatever, sometimes it gets too much and I have to turn it off. So it's kind of gotten a little bit darker, but I'll turn it back on in a bit. So I do believe it's very difficult for the economy to bounce back on a dime like that, right? Again, everything is a ripple effect, right? If something is set in motion, it doesn't mean that, oh, you know what, I'm going to plug the leak here, which means there are going to be no leaks. You never know what else is going to give out. So we got to be prepared. But I will tell you, with the Wheel of Fortune card popping up, which is a Jupiter card, right? Things are going to change. Definitely there is going to be growth. Definitely there is going to be improvement, right? Overall, as far as the establishment is concerned, also there's going to be growth, there's going to be improvement. But this Wheel of Fortune after the Eight of Cups this state has been earned, has been brought about because of a lot of sweat and tears, right? By the people, by the public in general, right? So we are going to get to the point of 10 of Wheels where we are going to see progress, we're going to see things shifting, and we're going to see things changing. But that change, that progress and that shift is going to come from a place of wisdom, not so much from a place of we're just blind fools, we're going to follow whatever people are saying. So there's going to be a lot of changes there, and it is well earned. But keep in mind, the Wheel of Fortune, power, movement, okay, it's a cyclical nature of life. All those things as we knew it, the life cycles of the economy, the life cycles of our political governance, or whoever was in power, all those changes, there are things that are now coming into light that we never even knew, or maybe we knew but we refused to acknowledge it, or maybe we chose not to see it, right? Now there's going to be more clarity as we keep progressing. We're going to keep progressing with clarity. Let me just say that. Okay. And we have the Star card one more time. Okay. That individual is going to take power for all of this, or take credit for saying, if I hadn't stepped in when I stepped in, none of this would happen. And now I have the power, so I can literally make or break anything. Okay, I can destroy anything. I have the ability to destroy anything. I have that much of power. God, this is scary as heck, y'all. And then you have the King of Wands, right? It's going to be a very powerful, very courageous, very bold person who needs to step forward to break this, okay? But I have a feeling this individual who has the ability to destroy and to create change and to pull down any entity is the one who's going to propel this one forward. I should stop. I'm not liking where this is going. And then you have the Emperor card, which is an Aries card. is the one who's going to be in power for a long time. So, this one, through chaos and destruction, is going to bring this one, which is going to lead to this position: teamwork, commerce, expansion. 3 major entities. It's the getting together. I'm going to stop, y'all. I'm kind of getting a little bit too into it, and I shouldn't. Okay, so let's stop that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right, Sherilyn. It's not going to be like we're going to bounce back. They may make it sound like, oh, look, I'm in power now, everything overnight, I've cleaned up everything, all the bull crap, I've scrubbed the toilet, I've used Harpic, I've used Lysol, I've used everything, I scrubbed the toilet and flushed it 20 times, so all the muck is gone, and now we have a spick and span clean toilet. That's not how it's going to be. They will want you to believe that, but it's not. There's still some chlorine stains. I'm trying to kind of, contain myself, but and again, I'm not wanting to gross you guys out. But if you know what I mean, right? Oh my God, Marisol, you're going off on a different tangent now. Let's not get into that. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, all right, so we're not going to get into all of that now. That'll be for another reading. But okay, so there's something else I wanted to do. So Courtney's thing about the whatever that was seepage. Yeah, Roma, you're right. I was trying to be careful about the words I use. That's why I said chlorine stains and whatever. But anywho, so. Now, something else. Hi, Tonya. Chlorine stains. Oh my God. Funny as heck, right? But okay. So then we are going to go with some other question somebody else had. Thank you, Karine. So, okay. Yeah. So don't flip out, Roma. Don't flip out when you see birds of a particular kind or whatever. It's like pay attention to that. I had this conversation. I think I had it with Gypsy Girl the other day, and I got into how there are a lot of people who read tarot, and I know y'all are going to go, oh my God, this woman is whatever. But like I said, my opinions, my experience. So just like we have tarot readers, astrologers, people who whatever, right? Like our weather forecast, they read the weather, right? Simple terms. So, and some people, they use cowrie shells and, whatever. So, there is an art form. Is it an art form or is it a blessing or a however you want to call it? It is where you read and you're able to foresee or understand the subtle messages that birds bring to us, the kind of birds, what are they doing, what time of the day, and where are they, and what is he, much like our Native Americans who read signs, right, animal signs and or animal behaviors. It's like that. So that's a whole another thing. Oh, I want to show everybody something, just because it's getting a little too heavy and I have to break that. So I got these today. I don't even know what brand it is. And if you see Bunny Head, I think it's bionic. I think it's called bionic. Is it bionic? I don't think it's bionic. Hang on, I want to share this with y'all. Seriously, I do. Hang on 1 second. I will. No, Papa, I'm still talking, sweetie. No, it's not bionic. What is it called, sweetie? Oh my God, I don't know what it's called. What the hell is it called? OMG. What is it called? What do I do with that tag? Do I throw it away? Of course I throw it away. Because I'm like that, right? Yeah, I throw away the tag. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm so crazy. I want to share it with y'all, and nobody is paying me for this, and it's not like a sponsored video. I'm just kind of trying to break the mood a little bit, so hope y'all don't mind, right? So let's take a look at this. Actually, I may have it on this. Hang on, everybody. Hold your seats, everybody. Let's just see. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I really like it. It's really working out really good. So come on, baby, pop up, hurry up. I don't have all day to wait for you, computer. You better. Oh, hang on. So where did I go? Here we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it is called. No, it's not. Okay, it's called Olukai Ohana Flip Flop. Olukai Ohana Flip Flop. Now, I will tell you, y'all, it is not cheap. Okay, let me knock that down. It is not cheap. I know. Why am I talking about footwear? Just to. So, this. It's got, I literally wore it just before the reading, right? This is so nice, everybody. I know it looks big, and this fits true to size. Okay, it's got a lot of squish. It's not too soft where it's like, you're going to kind of wobble off. It's beautiful. It's got that arch support. You see, I have high arches. You see that? See? Right? It's got that arch support. It's really nice. Now I will tell you, this is not cheap. This is about close to $50, but I decided I was willing to pay for it because I felt that, if I didn't like it, I could send it back, not a problem, because I felt that I really need that support. I'm kind of struggling these days because, when it's hot outside, even if I'm in the front yard or the backyard, I wear those flip-flops, right? And I don't know if I'm imagining it, but because it's not, those flip-flops are not thick, I feel the heat from the floor, from the ground. So I was screw this nonsense. I want a decent pair, and this looks nice enough. It's got some, let me turn on this light. It's got these cute little flowers on top, right? And it's, yeah, the name is right here on top of this. Oh my goodness. So if you see, it's got those cute little flowers over here, right? And it's leather, and it's really nice. Like, I can wear this outside even. So anywho, I had to go off on a tangent over there. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. There was black. I was like, black is so boring. Let me try different. Yeah, that's the one. Olukai Ohana Footwear. Lacey Estrada. You got it, girl. You got it. So it is important, right? And it's very pretty. They have black, and they had a turquoise blue, which I didn't want it because I thought that was too bright for me. And black is boring as heck. And this is not pink. Yeah, it is pink, but it's a nice pink. But anyway, let's move on from that. I decided next time, I was thinking about it. I said, whenever I find something like this that really works for me, I'm going to share with y'all, because, it kind of, why not, right? Marisol, let me tell you, I will never buy a Birkenstock ever in my life. I will never wear Crocs in my life. I won't. Birkenstocks are just, I'm going to show you one more thing and then we'll get back to reading. Hang on a second. I will show you this. Maybe I should have a channel where I just show y'all this stuff. So, y'all, I have dog hair everywhere. If you have a problem with that, too bad. You see these? Right? These are my Jesus sandals. Okay? They have no buckles. All the strap you see is one single strap. Okay? You can see I've used it. This particular sandal, this pair, is 13 years old. I've had it for 13 years. Look at the tops. It still looks like it's brand new. At the back, of course, you can see it hardly has any heel. But at the back, of course, you can see I've used it quite a bit, right? The wear and tear you can see, right? Let me tell you something about that. That pair I got custom made, I want to say in 2008 or 2009 when I went to Hawaii. I went to Kona, Oahu. Sorry, I'm messing it up. And there was this old guy who he said he was from California, and he had this little shop at the back of a little complex over there under the stairways, and he made leather shoes. All he did was shoes, like footwear, like that, sandals. I call them my Jesus sandals. And so I happened upon there and I walked in and I said, oh yeah, and it's all custom made. And I asked him how much. He said it starts off at $250. I was like, screw this, I ain't paying $250. I said, I'm not. So of course I didn't tell him that. I walked away and went back, and I was talking to people and they say, yeah, he's very popular and he's really good. A lot of people, they order and they are willing to wait. There's a waiting thing, whatever, etc. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, I am not paying that for a Jesus sandal. And so I was there for about good 2.5, 3 weeks. So a couple of times I went back to the store and he said, you still can't make up your mind, is it? And I said, no. I said, I don't see the sense in that. Like, if I'm paying $250, $300 for a pair of leather something, they better be equestrian boots because I'll spend on that. So anywho, and somehow he convinced me, and this costed $285. Before you'll all flip out, hold your horses. All he did was he made me go in the morning, go in the afternoon, go in the evening, and he took drawings and measurements of my feet. Okay? And I asked him, why do I have to come 3 times a day? And he said, when you wake up in the morning, you could have some swelling, some water retention through the day, this, that. So morning, after a night, evening I went, he took measurements, and he said, you pay 50% now, and when it's ready, I will send you a letter and to expect with the tracking number, and you'll get it. I said, okay. So I paid half of $285. And of course I was like, okay, this has got to be a scam. Sure enough, y'all, 6 weeks later, I got this. He had very clear instructions, okay? Very clear instructions, just basically handwritten instructions. And he sent a particular kind of wax and a particular kind of a rag. I think it's a rag, okay? I still have it somewhere. The wax, of course, was over, and then I have to, small tin. And he said, you have to break it in. And the process of breaking it in was take a bucket of water, throw your sandals in that water. It's full leather. Throw the sandals in the water. It's going to become hard. Don't flip out. Take it out. Let it dry out. Do it for 3 days. Then take it out. Take that leather salve or fat or whatever that is, or that pomade or whatever, and just rub it all over, and you wear it. And you wear it for the first day for an hour, second day for 2 hours. You will not have any chaffing. You will not feel uncomfortable. You know how to adjust the strap if you want to make it looser and tighter, because it's all just one strip. Let me tell you, y'all, the best money I have paid for a pair of sandals. It's about 13 years old. So I'd rather give my money to this old guy, and he was probably around 75, 76 years old then. I'm sure he's passed now. I hope not, but do the math. I'd rather give him my money, it's handmade, than go give it to a company like Birkenstock who don't give a flying fiddlestick for you. And we know what all that is about, right? So that's my story. There we go. So, and so many people have bought those sandals, placed orders and bought it. And it's just awesome. I have never had, I cannot tell you how many people I've recommended, and I couldn't count how many people have actually gone, and people who have had the chance of going to Hawaii and placing an order, and people sending him, going to a podiatrist here, taking measurements and sending a sample, like a pair of flip-flops that they are comfortable with, to him via the mail so he can make the measurements, and he has been spot on for everybody. So anyway, Crocs and Birkenstocks, to heck with it. Or should I say, screw that. I mean, of course, it's the brand. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all about the branding. But I'd rather pay this guy, $22 a year. It's like, and look at it, y'all. It's still so awesome. But anyhow, we need okay. So we can okay. CERN. Courtney had this question. We'll talk about the CERN thingy, right, Courtney? One thing I want to say is, if you look at how much our technology has progressed, right? Do you think we as the average citizen really know and understand to what level our technology has really progressed, as opposed, or what level of technology is available right now, as opposed to what we are being told is available? There is a vast difference. So what I mean by that is, way back when we were talking about, alien crafts and this and that, and a lot of people have always speculated, and even till today they speculate whether the US government themselves are creating all of this or whatever, right? So there is a lot to be conveniently left out of the equation, so that we, the general public, are not aware of the truth behind all of these things. Does that mean that technology has not advanced that far? Or does that mean that they just don't want us to know? Because, knowledge is power. Like I've said many a time, knowledge is power. So there is that percentage of gray area where things are hidden from us for a particular reason, because you do not want the mass public to have that kind of a knowledge, and with that comes a lot of power. Then these few are not going to be able to control us. So think about it. Power controls, right? So now, getting back to this, I want to say absolutely the sun thingy is very, very true. I mean, it is very, it's not bah humbug. It is not something that has been created to divert. I will not be surprised if they have already found out a lot of information, but will not disclose it to the public. So they're not going to not say anything. They will say, but they will only give us information enough that to kind of appease us and keep us satisfied. So it is 100%. It's not just the European countries. Let me assure you that is not controlled only by the European countries. The powers to be are vested in it, have invested, including the United States. So let me assure you of that. Yeah, Sherilyn, you're right. Yeah. This Aries card is coming up a lot today, isn't it? Power, being the first. Saturn. Whoa, water and fire. One more. water, no earth element, no earth element at all. So we have fire, which is Aries, we have Saturn, we have water, we have fire, the 23, and we have Pisces, which is also a water card. Think about it. Water is a sustenance for all life. Without water, it's very difficult for any life to sustain itself. What percentage of the world or the earth is made up of water? Think about it. That is a core for everything. And even if you talk about the sun and it's all about the dark matter, this and that and all that stuff, there's a lot to be said about water. Water is, besides oil, I think something besides gold and bullion and all that bull crap, having a source of water is something that would, in my opinion, be very highly valued commodity, if you will, for lack of a better term, right? So then that's just my opinion. So let's start looking at Aries. We have the Mars card, which is innovation. It's starting something that is very high energy, and then followed by that you have Saturn. So starting something that is very high energy, and once you start that and once you garner that energy or that power, that can be used for a long period of time for sustenance through all phases of darkness, or all phases of lack of light or lack of power, right? So this can sustain through all of that for a long period of time, for stability for a long period of time. And then you have water, which is again a very like I said, in my opinion, it's a very valuable commodity, if you will. So through this you can create, right? Through this energy you can also, like we know, how do you create water, right? What happens if the natural source of water is gone? Then how do you find sustenance, right? So you are able to create that sustenance. And fire, again, water and fire. If you don't have fire, you cannot live, right? And then you have Pisces. Okay, so let's tie it all up together, if you get what I mean. So all this has been started for a very particular reason. You want to call it dark matter, how life started, creation and how it all came to be, or fine, let's put all that. But this is to find a source, an alternative source that is indestructible for the sustenance of life on earth as we know it, right? Because it is common knowledge that at some point in time we are going to run out of water, we are going to run out of whatever it is that we need to sustain ourselves, and without water there is no life on earth. So how do we, knowing very well that it is constantly depleting? It's not a never-ending thing, right? It's not like a bottomless pit that you're constantly going to keep getting. If you look at how many icebergs have melted, and what the source of water is, and clean water, potable water, how do we sustain? What is the next level? What else can we do? And figure out through the perspective of science, or through the arm of science, or via science, to be able to bring about enough that we can sustain ourselves, right? Mankind, as we know, can sustain ourselves going into the new future. So that is the premise of this. Is part of it to find out the what dark matter and how life came. What does it matter how life came about at this point in time? We've already been here for so long, right? Does it really matter? Is it religion and science? Do we really need to beat it over its head? Do we need to beat it over its heart? No. We're already here, right? We're in a hot mess. Do you not think it is our priority to figure out how the heck can we sustain or manage what little resources we have now for as long as we can? I think that, in my opinion, is the premise of this, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, with the Pisces card popping, see in the beginning, think about it, y'all. This is the baby of the zodiac, the first house of the zodiac. This is the 12th house of the zodiac. So we had the first card, right? Think about this. Lessons to be learned. This is the second card. Sustenance, power, sustenance. The 12th house of the zodiac. To me, the very fact that we have Aries as the first card and Pisces as the 12th card, it's telling me a story right here. If we don't do whatever it is that we need to do now, we're very much late by, I would say, 5 decades, right? Then we are going to lose the opportunity and the time opportunity, because time is moving. Time doesn't stand still, to really come out, really be able to understand how to manage what we have and how to prolong those elements of those things, so that we can use it for a longer period of time, the longevity of it. That's why Saturn is here too. Have any of you kind of for a moment stopped to think, oh heck, we got Aries as the first card and we got Pisces. So it's from the birth to the end of life as we know it, or of this universe, right? So yes, part of it is wanting to know how all of this came together. But the majority part of it is how do we ensure that it doesn't all blow up in our faces. That's the way I look at it. My opinions, my observations, do your own research, form your own conclusions. I am blown away by cards. I mean, how they pop up. You saw me shuffle, you saw me draw these cards out. Yeah, there is no Earth card, yeah, like I said, because it's not just life on Earth as we know it. It's on other planets too, right? So this is also a part of progressing towards how do we manage the resources we have in other planets. Can we make it work for us? So, yeah, they will not say who runs CERN. They will not. I assure you, the United States is part of it. Oh yeah, with a clean, unused tampon. Yeah, it's very interesting. And here's another thing. Even just coal, black coal, right? How do you filter water through that? If you go back and look at water filtration systems way back when, it's through coal. And then you used it, and after a while you took the coals and you threw it away and then got new coal and used it. Now that's 100% biodegradable. So it's a full cycle of life. Absolutely, Gypsy Girl. Absolutely. Oh my God, these live streams are going from one end to the other, aren't they? Like, so, but it's all interesting. I think this is nice, isn't it? I mean, rather than being stuck with other stuff. So, same old. Maybe we can just do things like this. Hang on, y'all. Let me focus on this because I lost my focus. Hang on. Earth as we know it is not the only source of life or habitable place for life. We are definitely moving forward into the, should I say ether, into the unknown. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, so go figure. Jupiter is the largest planet, right? And Neptune, who's the furthest away from us? We have the Tower card. So this to me reiterates the fact that we are in self-preservation mode. Okay, now the general public thinks that we are in the process of destroying ourselves, and I do believe that that is true, but that is the mass public that thinks that way. But in all honesty, things are a lot more dire than we would like to acknowledge. I do believe that, as we know, resources around the world are getting a little bit, iffy and tricky. And you go look at Sri Lanka, for example, they're finding it very difficult to buy gasoline, to whatever, no gas, no food, no transportation. How is food going to come to you? You look at other countries. How many countries truly have the ability to cultivate their own food? Even if you cultivate your own food, how are you going to get it to everybody else? How are you going to reach it to everybody else? It's not like, we are all in Venice where you use the waterways, right, the canals to transport food, and then we don't need gasoline. We're all going to have those little rowboats and we're going to row. Are we going to get to that? No. How are we going to transport? And what is the system to, like the barter system? How do you pay for it? Where is the money coming from? Commerce, how do you do all of that? I do believe that things are definitely going to change. We've been saying it for years and years and years, but I do believe, for the next 15 to 20 years, life as we know it is going to be a new norm. Things as we know it are definitely going to change. Establishments as we know is definitely going to fall apart. And I would say something else a lot of people are not going to like, but that's your, I'm just voicing my opinions. Organized religion as we know it is going to take a big tumbling. if you know what I mean by organized religion, if you know what organization I'm talking about, I do believe that they are for sure going to be a big shake-up over there. And you may say that that organization has existed for hundreds and hundreds of years, so what makes you think it's going to change now? I do believe changes are coming, absolutely, if it isn't already being infiltrated. And change is going to come when people are going to become aware. Like I said, the best way to control people is to keep feeding them BS and preying on their emotions and keep them subdued, and then that's the way to control. But the more people become aware, the more power they get, and they can figure out things, they can analyze things, form their own conclusions, and then you have no more power. So once they see it for what it is, see the reality, then they're going to say, they're going to birdie them all off, right? If you know what I mean. So I do believe that, and again, think about it, the religion as we know it controls commerce, controls politics. Let's talk about the Vatican, for example. Let's talk about the Ayatollahs, right? How that religious leader is basically controlling the country and therefore the economy, as an example. So absolutely, y'all, absolutely, changes are coming. New norm. I think people are, when we use words like, Gypsy Girl, when we use words like, oh, we're all woke and all that, there's a tongue-in-cheek kind of a thing when we say, oh, she's woke or he's woke. I mean, that's a different side to it. That's all the fluff, that's all the fuzz, that's all the flyaway hair, if you will. It's like once you get the anti-frizz and you settle it all down, then you really see, you know what I mean? The true woke comes to play, if you get what I mean. And people don't come after me. I got frizzy hair, FYI. So, I'm just saying, I can say that about hair, right? Because I do have frizzy hair. Anywho. Hey, Susie Q, she's here. I was wondering, but then again, thanks for joining us, girl. Girl, it's the middle of the night for you, isn't it? Wait. 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wow. Good morning, Susie. So what was I going to say? Once, religion and politics should never combine, but unfortunately, for centuries, Rome has always kind of tried to control. So, it's not just Christianity or Islam, it's a lot of other organized religions across the world. Absolutely. Oh, really? Hang on one second, y'all. Hang on. So we have the Chariot card, which is again a Cancer card, water, right? Then we have the High Priestess, right? Moon, a lot of moon. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Think about this, y'all. So the Cancer card, again, it's a moon card. It talks about managing energies. Look at this. Managing energies, right? The Chariot card is, it's not just about saying, oh, I know this energy and that energy and all. It's managing energies and having the ability and the wherewithal to combine energies for a common reason or for a singular reason or an outcome. Combining energies. Talk about CERN, talk about dark matter, talk about ions and this and whatever. I won't get into the science of it because I'm not an expert. But it's not only identifying the energies required, but also knowing how well to garner, harness, manage, and combine those energies for a singular purpose, for a singular reason, for the best outcome. Then you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess does talk about, it's again a moon card, it talks about things being taken slow, don't rush, take it slow, don't rush. And again, it also talks about under the shroud of darkness. It's a moon card. A lot of things are hidden. A lot of things are purposefully kept hidden. But then we are also talking about very, very strong lunar energy. So I wonder if any of this stuff that's going on with the CERN experiment has anything to do with more back and forth about the moon as we know it, right? So there is a very, very big connection over there and an influence over there. A colony is already established. I don't know. On moon, I don't know, but or on Mars. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Pentacles is a very earth card, right? Now you have the Pentacles pop up, which is the earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So this is karmas. Coins are material, physical, practical, conservative. The body, the physical existence of the body of something, matter as we know it, earth as we know it, matter, the body, karmas, right? Of course, the physical aspect of it. So absolutely, I do believe this is also showing us that with all of this comes forth a new view or a new understanding of how to manage the material that we know, the physical material that we know and that we have available to us. In other words, the earth. How do we manage it, and how do we go from there? And do we find a new matter, body, physical material, where we can actually continue this path, or I don't want to say relocate, but a new body, a new place, a new physical substance that can sustain life as we know it. Queen of Pentacles. See, what are the odds? Now the Earth cards are coming. King of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. Oh wow. And the Devil card, which is a Capricorn card. I would not be surprised at all, y'all. I am not at all going to be, I'm not surprised that we now have the Earth energies popping up, and the Devil card is a Capricorn energy again. I do believe that they are very, 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 very interesting things that are purposefully being hidden from us in terms of how feasible and how practical is it. Are we already at the phase where we can actually really colonize other planets? Have we already implemented something? And how much are we really being told? Now, when you have energies like the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles, any energy, King and Queen coming up, you can rest assured that, you know, the masculine and the feminine, you need that to procreate and to move forward. So this tells me that have experiments already been carried out to say that yes, life forms can be created and can exist on these other bodies of physical bodies, like material, planets, whatever. I do believe so. I absolutely believe so. This whole CERN program, there's so much more to it than what they're telling us. They've already figured out a lot more than what they're telling us. They are constantly, see, if they come out and they say, oh, we've been running this experiment for 60 years, we've already found out. They can't have been running this for 60 years and not have concluded a lot of stuff. Right? Yes, granted, those projects take forever and a day. Secondly, if they say, yes, we found out this and we found out that, then the people are going to say, then what are you doing with all that information? The SHIT has already hit the storm now and it's all over the place. Why don't you use that information to, you know what I mean? So, okay. What's going on in Ohio? Is it about that case about that 10-year-old child who was abused and they found out she was pregnant? Is that what you're talking about in Ohio? Oh yeah, Susie, you have to share with us the black eyes. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. You have to share with us. We'll do that on our next soon. Before you know it, another. Wait, today is already, we're halfway through the month of July. Can you believe it, y'all? Wait, today is the 13th of July, so not next Saturday, not the 16th, not the 23rd, but the 30th of July is when we're going to have a Zoom, because that will be the last Saturday of the month, right? So if Courtney, if you're asking about that particular case or just Ohio in general, I don't know, I feel bad because, you know, as much as all the drama is going on with that, you know, how they're talking also about the government how the government is purposefully sheltering countdown is on Kirtana. Oh my God, what are you saying? The government is sheltering a lot of our illegal immigrants in Ohio and trying to create a spot for them, and that's what I heard too. But I'm just going to take some. Draw some cards in general for Ohio and see what that says. I don't want to use this deck because this deck needs a rest right now. Let's give it a rest. Okay? Okay, let's see that. And let's do this. I'm going to give this one a rest and I'll take out this one, okay? Because, oh, come on, buddy. I'll just take this. Okay, fine. A lot of back and forth, a lot. Okay, the swords card, air is swords, okay? 7th house, contracts, relationships, right? 7th house talks about partnerships, okay? Could be within the government agencies, between themselves. Now, swords is intellectual, it's rational, verbal, decisive, aggressive, harsh, soft. Swords, which is the air energy, talks about decision making, it talks about back and forth, it's Libra, it's Gemini, it's Aquarius, think about those things. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it can be very slippery. It's like no concrete decision is going to be made. Then you have Libra. Libra is all about moderation. Libra is not going to take a decision. Libra is ruled by Venus. Libra is going to be the one who's going to say, look, I'm not going to be pushed to make a decision and take a stance. I'm just going to be on the fence. And it's because for Libra is afraid to rock the boat because it's Venus, okay? And Venus also likes stability. Libra is going to be afraid to rock the boat and take a stance because it's saying, okay, if I rock the boat and take a stance, then what happens to the finances and the economy of the state? I don't want to do that. And then you have Aquarius. Aquarius is Saturn and Uranus. So it talks about sudden changes and shocks, but no, we don't want to change, but yes, we have to change. So there is this pull and push of energies in Ohio. Absolutely, a lot of stress, lot of back and forth. We can't take decision because that's all politics all over the world. But this state is under a lot of stress. Absolutely, I can see it. It's a lot of stuff that's going on, but I almost feel like there's a shadow government over there, right? It's the government is saying something, but there's well, that's true. It can happen everywhere, but it's like it's like we're doing all of this. It's not getting us. We really want to do this, but our hands are tied. We don't want to go and do that. I don't know who the governor of Ohio is and who the senators are from their representatives from that state, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of them has a very, very strong Leo in their chart. There's another individual over there in Ohio in the high levels of governance who is, at moments they can be spewing fire and the next moment they'll be the happiest little puppy dog wagging its tail. In other words, dual personality. like I see the dragon and the dog, right? That sort of an energy around that person. I don't know who these two individuals are, but back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know who the governor of Ohio is. I don't know none of that. I seriously cannot say. But there is also a lot of, if you look at this card, this is really freaky. I don't think I would show. You're going to have a lot more death and destruction in Ohio. I wouldn't be surprised if certain parts of Ohio end up becoming like Seattle. I'm sorry. Oregon. Not Seattle. Oregon. You have Gemini, more duality, more mercurial energy. Like it's like the energy is just simmering on top of that. Wait, somebody says, quote me, says in Ohio we don't have to conceal carry anymore. So when you say sword, I thought of Leo DiCaprio movie Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Oh my God! The police shot a guy named Ghillaine 60 times. Oh my God! Akron is where that happened. Yeah, Akron, Ohio. Oh my God! I know where that is. Libra. Oh my God! Okay, if the Aquarius card pops out, I'm telling you, I'm about going to kind of. Remember I spoke about the air, I said Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. I have a feeling the Aquarius card is going to pop out next and I'm kind of getting like, oh my God. It's kind of a bit freaky. Oh my God. I'm afraid to draw a card because I'm afraid that the Aquarius card is going to pop out, y'all. Seriously, I'm kind of. We have Venus. One more. Oh my God. This one flew off. Y'all. I can't. Y'all see the hand movements, you can see how the cards are going, you see me shuffling. Look, who popped out? I thought Venus was going to be, but here we have Aquarius. Air, Gemini, Libra, Venus and Aquarius. This state's economy is going to be affected. The stability, property values. Venus is all about, stability. It talks about the financial aspects, the luxuries, in the sense that financial stabilities, property. Okay. Oh my God! I can't believe this card popped out. I'm like, the state is going to go through a little bit of, like. Yeah, absolutely a revolution. Absolutely. I won't be surprised. As I said, it's going to go like Seattle, Washington's, Oregon, Washington, whoever, where you know how the public took over and they wouldn't let the cops come in and all that stuff, that kind of stuff. Like I'm like, how the hey y'all, when I got this card I said Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, right? So, who pops up? Gemini pops up. Who pops up? Libra pops up. And when I was shuffling to get another card, I was actually afraid to get another card because I thought Aquarius would come out. But then Venus popped out and I was like, sigh of relief, and I have 5 cards, I usually do this. And I shuffled and then this guy pops up. Like, it's like, what the hey. Right? Oi. Alright, let's do something here. 25, 56, 8th house. So, yes. Regeneration. All the things that state has known to be old school, old ways of thinking, old ideas, old whatever, all of that there is going to change because there are a lot of things, death of certain ways of lives and thought processes and regeneration into something else. But I will tell you, if Ohio isn't already the sex trafficking, human trafficking capital of America, it will be. I will also say, as far as finances are concerned in that state, I wouldn't be surprised if there are going to be some major changes to the financial stability and position of the state. I also believe that as far as property values and the economy is concerned, there are going to be some problems there. Of course, everywhere property values are whatever, but Ohio is going to see some upheavals, because Gemini is here too, and it's all about duality. It's all about duality. And Venus is about excesses, right? Think about Venus, excesses. And then in between all these guys, you have the air, Gemini, Venus, and Aquarius, and we have Libra, indecisive, trying to find a moderation. The state is going to try very hard to be a moderate state, but it won't. I don't know much about whether Ohio is red or blue, I don't know, but we have a moon card. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Negotiation, y'all. A lot of things are hidden. They're waiting to see. Negotiation. Queen of Pentacles. Again, a Venus card, an Earth card. The Devil card. Four of Pentacles, holding back. Okay, a lot of holding back. Procrastinating, holding back. Two of Wands, wanting to take a chance, wanting to make some changes, wanting to decide on something, but not willing to take the step, because this is like, I know I have to make a decision. I have one foot out and one foot in. And then the Ten of Wands, feeling completely burdened, unable. Everything is like, it's like, no, I can't. It's falling apart. Knight of Wands, so much of Wands energy. Knave of Pentacles. I'm going to take two more cards from this and we're good. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. Whoa. Okay, I have to take one more because I got the two nines. Okay, this guy. And we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So there is a great okay. So let's back this up, right? So the Moon card is telling me there are a lot of things that are hidden. Things are in a period of gestation. In other words, it's like a holding pattern. Things are going to erupt unexpectedly so. And it's like it's creeping up, and there is going to be a civil kind of an unrest. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles. There is going to be an offer. There is going to be some sort of a news coming forward to try and appease, to create, to present it like a offer of peace, right? But then the Queen of Pentacles is saying, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So even though there could be an offer to make peace, even though there could be an offer to negotiate with the public, with the the voters, etc., they're like, no, we're not. We're still going to sit tight. We know we're going to be watching you, right? We're not going to negotiate. We're not open to it. We're just going to sit tight and we're going to wait, right? And then you have the Devil card. The Devil card is like, look here, but then I'm going to do this, trying to distract attention from the general public, right? To do things that are not necessarily right and upfront. This does talk about controlling. This does talk about manipulation. This does talk about civil unrest. Look, I don't know, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to diss that particular state, but if Ohio isn't already, okay, human trafficking center for America or Cleveland, it will be. There's a lot of that stuff going on, okay, and it's done almost at a legal level. I'm serious. It's almost done at a legal level. Then you have the Four of Pentacles, right? The Four of Pentacles is saying that people are not going to budge. They are not going to budge, okay? It's almost like something transpired in April or 4 months from now where there's going to be some big brouhaha that's going to happen. But people are not going to budge. People are holding back. People are unsure about, is this the right, even though this fellow comes and makes an offer of peace, and the Queen of Pentacles is saying we are not budging, and even though the Devil card is here to control, to manipulate, to distract, people are still thinking about it. They're still hesitant. They are not so quick to make up their minds, and they're quick to roll over and play dead. It's like holding back, okay? There's this great need and the great want for security and stability, but then on the other hand, you have people over there who are really greedy, okay? Then you have the Two of Wands. It's like there is a certain faction. Remember I said earlier, somebody was very high Leo and somebody else, and I wasn't picking up on your energies. I'm talking about somebody there in the city, be it the governor or the senator or somebody there like that in the state. So here we have the Two of Wands. It's like, we want to change, we want to take step forward to in the right direction, but then we're hesitant. We're not willing to boldly take a step forward. So playing that hesitancy is going to cost them a lot. Okay? And then, wait, I forgot. Wait. That's how that was, right? Yeah. And then here we have this. Yeah, that's how that was. Then here we have the Ten of Wands, right? The Ten of Wands talks about feeling very, very, very burdened, feeling extremely burdened. Is Ohio a red state or a blue state? Is it Democrat or Republic? So anyway, there is a lot of, it's I almost want to say they're saying enough as far as the Democrats are concerned. Oh my goodness. Can somebody confirm, is Ohio Democrat or Republic? Because I do feel that they are saying enough as far as the Democrats are concerned. It's like pushing back and saying, I can't deal with this anymore. So I don't know if they're going to win. The Democrats are going to win. Then we have the Knave of Pentacles, right? The Knave of Pentacles is, again, being patient. And last year there was a 161% bust for trafficking. Okay, nobody's answering my question clearly. But Courtney and Roma, you live in Ohio. Is it Republican state or Democrat? Actually, I should ask Mark, But anywho, so we have the Knave of Pentacles. Knave of Pentacles is like knocking on the door saying that, look, I have something here. I have something to offer you, but you have to let me in. You have to let me in to make this offer. I can clean up house, I can change everything, I can recast, I can make all the necessary changes. But I don't think if people are that quick to buy into all of this. Then you have the Knight of Wands. So here we go again, Knight of Wands. Let's take action, let's go for it. We can't, okay, don't get me wrong, it's like I can't pussyfoot around, we have to take action. The grower said to take action. Mayor is Democrat. I think they're pushing back. I don't think they want to mayor off Akron. I'm talking about Ohio in general. So it's almost like they're pushing back. I don't think it's going to be very much Democrat if it is already. Okay, it is Republican. There we go, Pandora. Thank you. Because, okay. So then we have the Knight of Wands. It's all about taking action. Let's take action and let's go. It's all about being bold. We have to take action. We have to go. We cannot pussyfoot around, simply. Okay, I said that word twice. People are going to get like, oh, what does she mean? Anyway, then we have Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Pentacles talks about having this sufficiency to take care of things at this time. It's like, if you let this go through, then we can clean up the act, and then we can open the door to something a lot more progressive, a lot more profitable, a lot more better for the people, right? But keep in mind, we still have to, we have boundaries, we have limitations, we want to have the financial flexibility and wherewithal to be self-sufficient and, bring back the economy to where it is and whatever. But also we have to keep within our bounds. We cannot it's talking about structured growth whereas unstructured growth. And then you have the Knight of Swords. lot of change, lot of gossip, lot of lifestyle changes, lot of changes are going to happen as far as the governance is concerned, be it of Akron or be it of Ohio in and unto itself. I will say though, I have a feeling there's a lot of what do you call those people? Government people, people in positions of power, stealing money or bribes, getting away with bribes or stealing money from the funds of the state, right? But unfortunately, I'm going to say that there is a lot of talk. There's going to be some major upheaval over there. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Again, duality. It's like there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of conversations, but nobody is willing to take a stance and say, yeah, I mean, let's do it. Like, it's like, oh, you make the first move, no, you make the first move, no, you make the first move. Ultimately, who's going to pay? Hi, Tanya. Even if the Democrats are trying to create all this drama so that they can steal the state from the Republicans, I don't think they will be able to. I don't think so. The Sun card. I don't think the Democrats are going to get in. But the Sun card does talk about having the balance, having the wherewithal, having the ability to kind of streamline everything and bring it back together. But here's another thing though. Here's another thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's almost like going into partnership with somebody. The Sun card is yin and yang. It's the yes card. But even though Democrats may not, in my opinion, I feel like they're pushing the Democrats out, although they might be trying as much. I have the Sun card which says yes. But I don't know if it is a yes, the Democrats are not going to win, or yes, the Democrats are going to no. It's funny, I got the Sun card and the Moon card. So this is telling me that there's a lot of push and pull of energy, just like the Nine of Wands. There is a lot of push and pull of energy. I don't think that this is going to go very well for the state. Hang on one second. So 19, 20, 21, 3. Communication, 3, hang on. So we have a 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, so 30, 40, 50, 50, 60, good Lord, 60, 60 plus 25, 105, 108, 112, 14, 114, 114 is 6, 6 plus 18, 25, 7. Y'all, I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss, because I don't think that state is going to be, I hope it doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if the way things are happening in, where is it? Is it Seattle or Washington State or whatever? Not Washington DC. Or Oregon, wherever they had all the brouhaha going. I wouldn't be surprised if you see an uprising like that here. I wouldn't be surprised. And it doesn't help also that in Ohio it gets crazy, right, as far as the winters are concerned. So everybody is even further, like, you know, kind of, I don't know. I mean, is it woe be me? No. I mean, that way you look at it, California is up shit creek. I mean, yeah, there, I said that word. But, and I'll tell you something, if anybody thinks that, what is that fellow's name? Newsom? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, Roma. But, you know, also with California, if they think that Newsom guy is going to be winning, oh my goodness, please help me, somebody, Jesus, beam me up. It's like, all right, y'all, I'm done. Let me turn this down because it's like, again, getting me. Ooh, my God. All right. So I'm going to stop because, hey, almost 3 hours. Dang. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm just going to just stop. So I do appreciate you all joining me. I know this is impromptu, and I'm glad I did it. I think it is interesting talking about a whole bunch of things. I thank you all so much for joining me. And please don't be upset that I didn't like post it much earlier. Literally 6:55, I think, or 6:50 or something. I was like, okay, let's go, and I didn't even know what subject. I just said current affairs. So there you go. And thank you to my moderator. Thank you to all of my viewers. I so appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, give me the like button, and of course leave your comments below. And Friday, I know we talk about lost but not forgotten, but I don't want to make it like sad, because Friday I was just talking to Gypsy Girl, and we were talking about it. It's like, everybody's had a long work week. You want to come home or just go out for dinner or whatever. You want to have a glass of wine and you want to relax and and then here I am doing lives about, lost but not forgotten. It could be a little bit dragging, right? In the sense that we don't want to get people's spirits down. So I don't know, like, maybe I can do just random like this and cover many different subjects. But then I also feel like I'm changing the content so much. People will be like, what the hell is she doing? So leave a note in the comment section. Do you want me to continue to Lost But Not Forgotten on Fridays and just kind of maintain that? Or just move that to some other time and do a regular thing like this? Anything, we can talk about anything type of thing. I do want to dedicate one video at least for the people who are, cases like that. I do. I want to, and it's not that I'm going to eliminate it, no. But, or maybe the first hour and a half or hour I will cover a case, and then after that just do a general like this. Maybe that'll be nice. So we'll see. Leave your comments and let me know what you all think, okay? So thank you so very much, everybody. Lucinda, Karine, Tanya, Susie Q, Gypsy Girl, Debbie Bagley, Roma, Marisol, Courtney, and I know Ali was here, first person there, and I don't know if she's still there or not. Then Pandora Sparks, Carrie Lee London, oh my God, what is that young lady's name? Studios, Carrie Studios, her, Sherilyn Schaffner, Pamela Hewitt, who else? I know I'm missing names, right? Debbie Bagley, did I say that? Yep. Lacey Estrada, thank you all. Tammy Smith. Listen, if I miss anybody's name, Linda Holmes, I just see her comment as I'm scrolling up. She goes, you can scrub a turd, but it's still a turd. That was funny as heck. I know when you made that comment, but anyway. Yeah. I was trying to keep it classy by saying chlorine stains, but yeah. Oh my goodness. This is fun. Sherilyn Schaffner, yeah, this is fun. Afro Girl, she was here, I know. I saw her earlier. Ariel Hess. So Ariel, yes, I saw her comment, but I didn't address it. Ariel says, hey, I'm really interested in what you said about the Dyatlov Pass case. I've been researching the case for years, and you got a lot of the factual things correct. You should do a deeper dive. You know what, Ariel, I just might. So thank you, for your comment, and clearly you watched the video, so I do appreciate you, and thank you for your comments and participation. I maybe this Friday, maybe we'll do that, right? We'll touch on the Dyatlov Pass, because there was a lot more to that, I can tell you. So Gypsy Girl, just remind me, okay? Or send me a text. Maybe this Friday we'll do that. So if it's okay with you, because girl, I will write it down, okay? And then before I know it, I'll use a scrap of paper or something, and then I'll lose it. So absolutely, Ariel. So stay tuned. Send me an email to Ariel if you'd like. My email address is in the description box. So Pandora Sparks. So thank you all. I'm trying to make sure. Connie Torres. I did mention Lucinda, right? 5563. Tammy. Okay, there are a lot of people. Of course, it's not going back. So anyway, I'm going to say thank you, everybody. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any suggestions, send me an email, or even put it in the comment section. And again, thank you so very much. For those of you who are not subscribers, please do subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Help me grow this channel. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell icon. And I appreciate each and every one of you and your participation and your support. Thank you so very much. So have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for joining me. And let's call it a 10-4. All right, everybody. 10-4. Blessed be to the real family. All right. All right, everybody. I'm going to log off, okay? All right. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. All right. End it. All right. We can do that. Let's go, your bunny.